Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to every single one of you. Welcome to the final day of the VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia FSL Open 6 playoffs, a tournament circuit that's dedicated to growing the competitive women's gaming scene here in this region, proudly sponsored to you by Intel and supported by Yahoo. We are finally on the last day of Open 6, and today we will be finding out who will be crowned the champion. Now, the winner will be facing the defending champions Alter Ego Select. So we'll be watching two series today, which is the lower bracket final as well as the grand final. Now, I'm your host, Tanya May, taking it to you live here from Singapore, and I'm joined on the desk once again by Omo.
Oh, a bit of technical issues. Yeah, I'm hyped to be back. I'm hyped to get the cast for this specific match, which is something that we see a lot, right? It's typically a lower bracket final matchup that we see, quite often. Galaxy Racer going up against Oasis Gaming Aqua to see who gets a chance to try to take on Alter Ego Celeste once again.
And could be like a rematch of either Open 4 or Open
Yeah.
5 because these are the two teams that basically went up against Alter Ego in the last two Opens. But of course, there are some changes to Oasis Gaming's roster, and I would say they look a little bit more shaky compared to Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, you definitely need some time to work out the kinks when you're bringing on new players. You need to get used to your new roles. You need to get used to how your new teammates play. Oasis Gaming, they've played quite a number of games since joining this specific open. They've played, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, something along the lines of 4 best of threes. So hopefully they've got a little bit more time to work out the nerves as well as get used to their new teammates. And hopefully that's going to give us a good matchup here against Galaxy Racer. Of course, the last time they faced off in the upper bracket, Galaxy Racer did 2-0 them, but don't be tricked by the scoreboard. Even though it was a 2-0, it was a very close 2-0.
No, that was too close to call. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not even close. It was really all about the second map on Bind,
yeah,
where
definitely.
Galaxy Racer were actually leading 11 rounds to 5. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Alter Ego just win 8 rounds in a row. Like, who does that?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things for us to look forward to here today. And there we go, a quick look at the brackets. We do see, of course, coming into this one, Oasis Gaming managed to knock out Renatus 2-1 to qualify for the lower bracket finals. And of course, Galaxy Racer, who have been making a run in the upper bracket, got knocked down to the lower bracket by Alter Ego Celeste 2-0.
Yeah, and the scoreline there is very curious because Oasis 2-1 Renatus, and the thing is, they actually dropped the very first map on
Yep.
Ascent. So Renatus was leading by one map, and even though they went into the second game, I believe like the scoreline was still very close. So Oasis really relies on Anko to pop off on those duelists, and if she's not popping off, basically the team doesn't pop off. So they'll be very curious to watch how these two teams match up because Galaxy Racer as well. Both of these teams actually love running the duelist comp, a couple of Ds there. But yeah, they love running the two duelists and they're quite reliant on them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's a good part of their toolkit to have these duelists, but like you mentioned, reliance and especially over reliance on them to pop off the carry, for them to pop off for you to win the game, it's not really something that we want to be seeing. I feel like Galaxy Racer as a team is slightly less reliant on that because they have better strats, they have better executes, and I think that that's something which will ultimately bring them across the finish line here today. Now, how that will fare against Alter Ego Celeste, a team which has good strats, good executes, as well as
Good
amazing
everything.
players. Yeah, good everything across the board, right? So I don't really know how they're going to fare up against them, but it should be enough for Galaxy Racer to put on a really good showing here today against Oasis Gaming once again.
And really, it's props to Alter Ego Celeste yesterday, where he mentioned coming back from 8 rounds, even your mental game and the way that you adapt, right? When we go deeper and deeper into the playoffs, it's really about making less mistakes as well
Yeah.
as how you're going to adapt. And there's not a lot of time to talk, in Valorant, where you go round after round, even on eco round, it's not like you can just stand there and talk about it. And the fact that they could adapt so quickly and change up their strategy, I mean, that in itself is ferocious.
Yeah, I think they definitely have a bit of a strats prepared. Like in their toolbox, they probably have a bunch of strategies that I think they don't even have to show yet because they're just so
Mm.
far ahead of the pack. But we'll talk about that when we get there, right? Hopefully today, whoever wins the lower bracket final will be able to put on a challenge against Alter Ego Celeste. But we're gonna hold that thought as we're gonna take a look at the format for FSL Game Changers Elite. There we go. Of course, FSL Open, the top 3 teams on the leaderboard will progress to FSL Elite. But if you don't make it from points, that's fine because there's an open overtime where the top 3 teams will also qualify for FSL Elite. And if you don't make it, there's still another second life for FSL Wildcard. For basically, I think any team's open to join this one. And the top 2 teams from there will get to qualify to FSL Elite, happening from the 23rd to 24th, as well as the 30th to 31st of October. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the roadmap as well. Of course, the opens have been happening from March, April, May, June, July. Basically, every single month, we've gotten to see some great Valorant gameplay here at the FSL Opens. Of course, the teams gain points based on each open. And if you play in the same team throughout, you earn more points. I mean, like, you have to have, I think, 3 out of 5 of the same players in the same roster for you to maintain the points as well. So that discourages, changing up your rosters too much. And of course, the top 3 teams on the leaderboard qualify for FSL Elite. We already have the top 3 teams, by the way. It's going to be, if I'm not wrong here, Alter Ego Celeste, we're going to have Renatus White, and we are going to have Galaxy Racer, who have already qualified for FSL Elite, regardless of what happens here in the standings today.
Yeah, because Oasis Gaming don't have enough points, even
Yeah.
if they win this tournament. But they are still playing for the prize pool, though. That's why we see here 25,000
And
USD.
bragging rights, yeah.
Yeah. So in the open, we have 5,000 USD, and in the overtime and wild card as well, there's another 5,000 USD right there. So there's still a lot on the line for these teams, and here we have the breakdown. First place 1,500, second 1,200, third place 800, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, definitely a nice chunk of change there. And there we go. Look at the standings real quick. Alter Ego Celestia, like way ahead of the pack at 50 points, 17 points above the next closest contender. I have a feeling after today, the gap might widen a little bit further even. And then we have Renatus White rounding off the pack at 3rd place, and Galaxy Racer, of course, at 2nd place. And there's a bunch of teams below them. I want to especially point out Ericat as well as Oasis Gaming, who have put on amazing showings in a few of these opens. Unfortunately, they won't be able to qualify for FSL Elite based on points, but that doesn't mean they're out of the running just yet. Like we mentioned earlier on, they will have 2 more chances to qualify for FSL Elite.
Yeah, and we also see Wildfire Sphinx right there as well as
Yep.
Hashira. So hopefully we see them get into play later on, but not right now. For now, we will be jumping into our first series where we'll take a look at the lineups. And first off, we have Galaxy Racer, of course, the ones who took on Alter Ego Celeste in the grand final in FSL Open 5, and as well in the semifinals we saw yesterday. So they need no introduction really. It's Trix, Aya, Baby Aluka, Ivory, Yaya, and Hanua.
Yeah, definitely very stacked roster there. I think a lot of credit for the success of this roster definitely goes to their IGL and captain, I believe, Trix, who has been doing a lot of great calling. When you watch it play, you see how adaptive the team are. And of course, on the other side, we have Oasis Gaming, Aqua, Stan, Lex, Muffin, Cannons, Anko, and Polly.
Yeah, they're one of the few teams that run Yoru, and that's played by
Yep.
Anko. She loves the Yoru as well as Reina, and really it's going to be all eyes on her because if you look at the stats right now in FSL Open 6 so far, she's the one that has the highest ACS, 259, compared to Muffin, who is their other duelist, is only 233. So it's really, really going to be so much pressure on them, and I just want to see like how do they adapt from yesterday to today, knowing that they dropped one map to Renatus White. They looked a bit shaky, and then when Anko started popping off, things got rolling.
Yeah, for sure. I think they probably went back to the drawing board after that one. I think there's a lot of things they want to work on. And I think something really important to point out and something we want to go a little bit more into depth about is actually the map pool. I do believe that Oasis Gaming selected Icebox and Galaxy Racer took Haven to start this one off. So I feel like these are going to be some exciting maps to start the day off.
Yeah, we're finally seeing Haven, and I can't help but wonder, looking at the series that we had yesterday against Alter Ego Celeste, whether teams are gonna look at that and say like, "Oh, maybe we should, firm up our Bind and Haven, so that you can actually pick one of these, and Alter Ego will ban something else." So you
Yeah.
really makes them uncomfortable on one of these maps.
Exactly, yeah, and we are taking a look at the map pool like we talked about, and if we do go into a map tree, this one is selected by Oasis Gaming, it's gonna be Ascent. Personally, I hope we do see tree maps, but seeing Ascent every single series just gets a bit dull, you know. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely hoping for tree games here, and I think it's very likely that we do go into tree. Of course, as a reminder to the viewers at home, the last time these two teams played, even though Galaxy Racer won in a 2-0, it was
Mm,
neck and neck, and I do believe one
yes.
of the maps went to overtime as well. So we
Yes.
are in for probably a good one here today.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him. And of course, Icebox has become the favorite of all these teams, whether it's attack or defense. They've
Yep.
shown a lot of different strategies, and it's going to be exciting to watch. Really looking forward to this series. So, to take us through the lower bracket final between Oasis Gaming and Galaxy Racer, Leonard as well as Kentrel, hey, I'm Quack, take it away.
Hey man, how you doing?
Hey, I'm just surprised. Like suddenly it was Tanya next to me, and then now it's you.
Always the production magic, you gotta thank our
Definitely.
producers for that. Alakazam, and then I'm here. But yeah, Oasis Gaming versus Galaxy Racer. First map is going to be Icebox. I mean, you guys gave us the down low, and it sounds good, but honestly, I'm a bit nervous about this because statistically and logically, I think, because, Galaxy Racer are number 2 on the leaderboards, you would think that they would be the team to take this map away. But looking at how Oasis Gaming played yesterday, I don't know. They seem pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a comfortable map for them. I feel like everyone, I think like Tanya mentioned, right? Everyone kind of is comfortable playing Icebox to some extent. It's just on the day who's the better team on the map, as well as what strategies do you have prepared.
Yeah, that's the thing. Strategy. If you look at how Oasis Gaming plays, they got strategies. They're actually, I think maybe even a little bit more comfortable on attack. If you caught the games yesterday, there were some rounds where players like Muffin, Anko just absolutely popped off. I mean, they were doing insanely aggressive things. Muffin almost always one trick jet, just insta lock, but she does make it work. She updrafts, she uses her blade storm, and somehow she still lands headshots. It's incredible. But then, when it comes to Anko, she's incredibly sneaky. She tends to sometimes play away from her team separated. She goes in for a deep lurk. And if you don't have a good read on this, it can hurt you incredibly, very, very hard. So you have to be careful. That's why I'm a little bit scared for Galaxy Racer into this very first map. And I think if they want to stand a good chance, it's a good thing that they are starting on defense, but they need to be able to read and adapt to Oasis's strategies.
Yeah, definitely. And like you mentioned, there we go. The Jet is already locked in for Muffin. I think we're seeing pretty similar lineups across the board, with the only change likely going to be Reina for Anko going up against a raise from Trix, which is something that she's very comfortable
Choose
on
your
as well.
agent.
And we do see her use the raise to help open up the sites for her team quite aggressively too. So we'll have to take a look at why it's locked in. But yeah, I do believe that's going to be the only difference in lineups here.
Yeah, and it's the exact same lineup that they played yesterday as well. Galaxy Racer against Alter Ego Celeste on Icebox, also same exact composition. But the only thing is, and this is really, again, I cannot stress this enough, why I'm a little bit worried. Galaxy Racer against Alter Ego Celeste on Icebox, they went 9-13. So it doesn't really inspire confidence in me. I still want to believe in them, but they need to be careful. This is the lower bracket finals, and they are starting on defense. Oasis Gaming on attack. You're fighting for your slot in the grand finals right now. So
Yeah.
every round counts, every map counts, and the fact that this is Oasis Gaming's map pick, you're gonna have to be careful.
Indeed, like you mentioned, right? Ankle will be looking for a lot of the plays towards mid, towards the lurks, and I think on a map like Icebox, with mid control giving you so many avenues to flank from, so many cheeky avenues to find surprise kills, I think that this might be a chance for Ankle to really find some pop-off moments in this one.
Yeah, very, very likely. But let's see what Galaxy Racer has in store for us. I'm really, really hoping to see some incredibly spicy plays. Hopefully, they'll be able to adapt and read the situation perfectly. But for now, it definitely is going to be slight B aggression from Oasis Gaming. They've already spotted Ivory out, and she is backing off. The rest of the team somewhere hovering around mid, 2 on A, and they will be able to take Anko down. So the forces, the numbers advantage will be given over to Galaxy Racer.
Kind of just dashes into the wall a little bit there, but that's alright because Muffin is already in on the side and the plant is coming in.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No,
quite.
she had to get off of it thanks to the poison orb, and that is just incredibly smart plays by Ivory on Galaxy Racer. Cannon Z down to basically 1 HP right now. The DK will probably let her regen some of it back, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. They're trying to break the wall down. They want to create a lot more space before going in for retakes, but they're just going to bank in on the wall. And on a missile round, this is very, very effective. They're trying to break it down, but they just can't. And because of this, Hannah's going to be able to stick the defuse.
And it is a bloodbath here on Icebox B side to start things off. Yeah, like you mentioned, the wall to counter, and they tried to go for the defuse, and it was just such a bloodbath, so many frags being traded back and forth. Ultimately, though, Galaxy Racer do get the defuse, and yeah, start this one off 1-0.
Good so far. But still, that is only the first round, right? But taking a look at this, Oasis Gaming opting for the Eco, a couple of Frenzies, some classics, of course, but mainly the utility, and hopefully they'll be able to pick up a weapon or two. But they're going to have to deal with the Marshall from Trix, and she can be quite sharp with that weapon. Opting to go for the Boombot as well, just to staff off any form of aggression. She's already spotted one out by Pipes. So backing off for now, they know it's going to be an 8 hit. It's just a matter of time before the team rotates over and whether or not they can actually stop them from pushing in. For now, it doesn't seem likely because Oasis Gaming already on site.
Yeah, and Oasis Gaming hitting hard and fast yet again, getting the plant down with the help of the wall. That's going to be a nice situation for them to be in, and you see they just back off to play the post plants. Oh, Ivy though.
Ivory picking up a quick double, snake bite. She's just bringing them back while Hannah pushes up front. And because of that, she's able to find another 2. Now the 3rd. And along with that, Yaya securing the defuse. Galaxy Racer getting a good read so far. It's pretty good. 2-0 for now, but now here comes the question. Here comes the forces of Oasis Gaming with a full buy, and whether or not Galaxy Racer will be able to continue with these aggressive plays, these advances, that's a whole other question.
Yeah, I mean, Oasis Gaming have been starting this one off strong, right? They've been hitting the sites hard and fast and getting the plants down in both of these rounds. Now, the question is really, can you solidify your post plants? And that's kind of where they've been faltering in the last couple of rounds. Of course, with a huge economy gap here, I feel like this one might be in the favor of Oasis.
It should be on paper, but let's see.
On paper.
They're still playing rather controlled. In fact, Anko right now, tends to go for the lurk. Instead, this time she's just hanging back, kind of the flank guard. You can still consider this a lurk, but she's mainly hiding around spawn in case anyone pushes out of B garage. For now, though, Oasis, Muffin, the main entry fragger, not too aggressive just yet, trying to find an opening pick, but it's not going to be easy. Because of the buys that Galaxy Racer has, they're just going to be playing super disciplined, holding the offense. Trix will get some information, and then hopefully Aya will be able to nail someone down with the CQB Frenzy. She's already gotten information that there are players around Pipes, so it's just a matter of time. Anko now moving up mid. Muffin with a sudden swing takes Aya down. Trix will have to be the one to stop the rest of this. She does get quite a bit of information, but doesn't know that Muffin has pushed up to the front. Because of that, she's going to fall. Yaya makes it a trade. Spike has been dropped as well, and all of a sudden, the advances has been dismantled.
Oh, this is an iffy situation to be in for Oasis Gaming. They are on 4 buys. Look at Ankle though. Oh no. This has gotta hurt because if you give 3 members of Galaxy Racer a free upgrade, oh, that's gotta hurt Oasis' chances. for this
Yeah, considering the fact that after this, their economy's not going to be
Oh,
great
boy.
again. It's already a 3-0. What's happening, Oasis?
Yeah, Oasis are gonna have to go back onto Eco right here, and I think you mentioned a very key point on the last round. Galaxy Racer, they just held up close in these off angles with their pistols, with their SMGs, and they did a lot of work from these close angles and just took down the rifles, punishing the close distance that you have to come into on A side from Oasis Gaming. And now you look at Oasis's economy, it is in shambles right now.
That's why they're just going with the marshals and sheriffs. I don't know who the sheriff of this town is really going to be. For now, it's going to be Anko finding a quick opening pick on towards Hannah. And because of this, she's able to push up in towards Kitchen. Picks up the Phantom right now. Nails the shot onto Aya, and then the triple onto Yeya. She continues with her aggression, but she gets punished for her greed. Ivory shuts her down. It's a 4-2. They want to push on towards B. And let's see whether Trix and Ivory can hold this off.
Yeah, 2 against 4 right now. They do have the guns advantage. Oh, Muffin a bit greedy there.
Satchel out. Spike planted.
Last pack to just break down the wall a little. Boombot to get some further information. She's already spotted a couple players out around yellow as well as green, but it's still one of the more difficult angles to hold.
No way.
She's just sticking it with the what? She actually got it because of her poison orb. They didn't think that she was in there.
Well, surely they heard the sound. Okay,
God.
that round, I have no idea what happened. To start that one off, Ankle just pops off with the brilliant spray transfer, gets 2 immediately, punishes Hannah holding the wall in tubes. But I have no idea how Ivory just stuck the defuse. I just don't know. Like, did Oasis Gaming not hear the sound of the bomb defuse going off? I'm just lost right now.
Yeah, Omo, man. Sometimes, you know, you just so much utility going on, and you can't quite hear the beat happening. Sometimes you're just too distracted, and that's why Trix was doing her thing as the IGL, and she was just kind of holding off all that aggression from Oasis in the post plant as well. But right now, it's not going to be easy for Oasis yet again because of this Viper's Pit from Ivory. Look at how much space it creates. Anko still, though, very adventurous, using the zip line to push up front. But in the midst of all of that, it's going to be a bit of a trade. Holly does drop dead, though. So it's going to be a bit tough to hold screens off. Anko, even getting behind enemy lines, won't be able to do that much. And Ivory right now, just in that Viper's Pit alone, is able to come into full effect. Muffin, the only one left alive, trying to push up, will not be able to find anything as well. They are getting utterly decimated right now by Galaxy Racer.
Yeah. And that was a very curious round. They just went one by one into the Viper's Pit, and Ivory just picked them off. I mean, Galaxy Racer, like, credits to them, they're playing super well here. But Oasis Gaming, I feel like they're starting to make some curious decisions. And it's only round 5 in the first half. Maybe, you know, like when they get the full buys off next round, or actually they do basically have a half buy situation going on here. Maybe it's time to call for a tactical. Maybe it's time to reassess what's happening and how you want to approach these rounds.
Definitely, but well, going into this right now, it seems like they're just banking on Muffin's Blade Storm, Stan with the Spectre. In terms of ultimates as well, I mean, they have quite a bit to work with, but for whatever reason, they just can't seem to either... They have a bit of difficulty getting the spike down, and sometimes even after that, holding it post-plant. So it is very tough. Right now, just sneaking past the toxic screen from Ivory. Muffin actually might be able to find her here, but this is the first knife. It's okay. Right-click will be able to collect the rest. She refreshes her knives, but Trix gets information right now. So the rotate's coming over. It's going to be a full 4v4.
It's going to be a 4v4. We do have a setup already coming in from the side of Oasis Gaming. There we go to plant this down. Will they be able to hold it this time around, though?
Well, so far, so good. A couple of trades back and forth. Anko going to get rid of that recon bolt, but it does get so much information. Trix just making a further trade, but runs out of ammo, and then Cannon Z swings out from the left side of the yellow. She is able to take things down and clean up on the rest of the Galaxy member squad. So 1 to 5, not too bad, but they need to keep this going.
Yeah, first round off on the board here for Oasis Gaming. Like you mentioned, they need to keep the momentum rolling with this. It's it's been a rough one for them, because if you look at the scoreboard, we see the defuse win was actually how Galaxy Racer has won 3 out of 5 rounds so far. So Oasis Gaming, they've been able to get inside, so they've been able to get the plants down. It's just they keep faltering at the finish line and holding the post plants. Finally, they managed to do one round where they managed to hold on. I do believe their economy is a little bit botched though, because they lost 4 members there. We'll have to see how they really want to play this one out. Actually, they only have 1 Spectre, so it's not the worst situation to be in.
This time around, Ivory actually swapping over on the side. It seems like Oasis Gaming wants to play around the toxic screen, but again, not the easiest thing in the world. Right now, though, Hunter's Fury just to open things up, but it's not going to be enough. Aya on an elevated position. The sniper, even with a Phantom, actually getting a quick double right now. She falls back, but because of this, it's information plenty for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, Aya just clicking hits on that Jet right now. A 3rd headshot to really just get rolling in this round here. Amazing performance from her on this one. Zanuck, Cannon Z, rather, and Polly. Last 2 standing for Oasis Gaming here. I feel like they are just going to get hunted down soon. Oh, actually, they've kind of faked them out.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the possible things you could do if they just stay still, not make a single sound, cause Galaxy Racer to overthink, and then they sneak up onto site, get the spike down. It could work, but because Yeya and Trix are positioned around mid, they should be walking in right now. Polly expects this. She's able to nail the first, and once the spike goes down, she instantly backs off. Viper's Pit deployed. The domain expansion comes into effect. She is going to make it hell for Galaxy Racer.
Oh, I never quite noticed, but if you use the Viper's Pit on the elevated ground, you get the Viper's Pit on the high ground too. So this gives Polly such a good position.
Oh my God,
Tricks.
It's just enough to make sure that they stay inside the Viper's Pit. And then Aya and Hannah go in together, clearing things out. They were actually able to find them. And because of that, 6th wins now for Galaxy Racer, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon.
The train is definitely rolling for Galaxy Racer here, and I liked what Trix did that round. She popped the showstopper, but she didn't feel a need to go into the Viper's Pit to really just find a kill for herself. She realizes that, you know, it's going to cause so much chaos, and her teammates wisely capitalized on that, pushed into the Viper's Pit, and got 2 kills when she was causing chaos with a showstopper. And if you take a look at the economy on the side of Oasis Gaming, they're broke once again, and it's already 1-6.
That's not good at all. I mean, on paper, if you're in the Viper's Pit, you should be able to find the frags if someone pushes in, but
in theory.
Unfortunately, yeah. So Oasis Gaming right now on the back foot. They're slowing things down by so much. It's not easy, and Yeya right now able to get quite a bit of information. At the very least, just one person, but you can assume that there is more than one, and somehow the shotgun actually connects onto Anko. Numbers advantage once more, but Polly just trades things back. It is a headshot as well, so maybe nice little boost of confidence. They quickly push in towards Kitchen, the rest of the squad in towards B.
Oh, nice
Another
shot.
flick onto Yeya, very well done. But do they expect someone hiding over by Green though?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a role reversal here. Oasis Gaming come in through mid, and Galaxy Racer are basically the ones who have to play offense right now. They have to come in from the main entrance here. I'm a little bit confused as to how this round is gonna play out though. 3-on-3.
Still not impossible. They have quite a number of weapons. At the very least, Polly with the Vandal should be able to do a little, but she gets caught like a deer in headlights. Did not have the weapon pulled out. And Trix and Aya just come in.
Hey, give it to Trix.
The side again.
No. You can see Trix just standing there waiting for a chance to defuse it, get the showstopper charges, because Blade Storm was already available for Aya. But I think having a little bit too much fun here is Galaxy Racer. 1-7 in this one. And I think what's key to note as well is that, you know, no one's really carrying here. Like, everyone is doing their part, everyone is pulling their weight, and I think that when they are on form like this, Galaxy Racer look like a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely. I mean, the way that they've been playing so far is pretty darn solid. Even when it seems like a little bit of hope is lost, they're starting to lose a couple players in the start of the round. They just rally back and they come in with the retakes. It's so strong right now.
Oh.
Every single time they seem to get the defuse. Right now, though, a little bit of counter aggression in towards Pipes and Maze. Ivory's able to nail the first one. They immediately back off, but Oasis Gaming comes back in with the res. Anko continues to push up front. She's able to take one down. They still want to go into this, and Aya is stuck in her Cloudburst. Swaps on over onto a Frenzy. Actually able to take Muffin down, who was on top.
Hello?
And then a double. Yeah, right now getting shut down. It's going to be Trix who gets killed as well. Polly going on a roll and stand to find the final shot. 2-7. They just keep on going and going and going, and they take down every single member on Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, a couple of whiff shots coming out from both teams in that round, but at the end of the day, Oasis Gaming come out on top of that bloodbath. 2-7 right now. It's looking a little bit dire for them, but definitely not out of the game just yet. Of course, just a reminder, this is their map pick, which means that Galaxy Racer actually chose defense here. So I feel like once we get the side swaps going on, Oasis Gaming might have a little bit of a better time once they are on defense. They just need to try to secure a couple more rounds if they can.
There's a potential. We don't quite know. For now, Toxic screens on opposite sides of the map, and because the attacking one is situated around B, they know it's going to get B hit. Wall goes up. She wants to get the spike down, but Trix immediately denies it with the paint shells. Because of this, she has to back off, but Hannah does fall. With only Sheriffs, though, Galaxy Racer still probably going to have a tough time stopping this. You see a dash away from Aya, and right now just slowing things down by a bit. Oasis Gaming, they still have quite the option here. They can rotate over, and I think that's what they're going to go for right now.
Yeah, looking to go for the rotate back around to A. You see the spike already almost there. I just want to give credits to Ivory. That was very nice. Or rather, credit to Polly. That's a very nice little Viper wall lineup to cover the high ground as well. Ivory gets caught in mid, but that's alright because teammates are already in A.
Last player
Very well done, and Anko is actually able to pick off all the remaining players, all the stragglers on the B side as they try to rotate over, and then Aya, the only one on A, gets picked off by Polly. This is Oasis Gaming's attack side. This is what they love to do, and when they can actually do it, it is very fun to watch. First, they go over to B, and as soon as everyone rotates over, they make the quick rotation back towards A, and all of a sudden, all Galaxy Racer players are just stuck on that site.
Exactly, but that was also an equal round for Galaxy Racer. Now they are back on full buys here. 2 more rounds and a half. We'll have to see if Oasis Gaming can manage to tie this one up to, close to like a 5-7 is something that they'll be happy with here.
Yeah, I don't know if they can do that now. Viper's Pit onto A. They're still looking like they want to go in for this. And Aqua has already given up her position. Exactly. That is not good at all because of that one shot. First of all, she's low. Second of all, she has to be extra careful about where she wants to lurk. And I think she just wants to rejoin her team. Cannon's probably going to top her off with a heal. Still, though, this Viper's Pit is a very big problem. Muffin pushes up and out of it, but they don't realize that Ivory's somewhere in the back. They make it a quick trade, though. And off the back of this, they still want to hit the A site.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice location for the pit, but we'll have to hold that thought as the push comes in.
Push comes in, but the updraft, the audio cue gave it away, and Trix immediately read the situation, takes her down. It's a 3v4 right now, and if they are still adamant on hitting A, it's not going to be an easy task. In fact, take a look at the minimap. Galaxy Racer, they have contingency plans. That's why Yeya as well as Hannah are positioned somewhere around mid in case there is a rotation. In fact, Aya pushing up towards yellow right now. I don't know if Oasis Gaming will expect this. If they rush in unsuspectingly, Aya might just be able to stop this push. She's able to find the first one. Spike carrot already dropped. I think that is damage enough. 15 seconds left. She doesn't even have time to get the Viper's Pit down. This is a huge problem. And Polly getting tagged up. She cannot get the spike down. She needs to stick it, but she won't be able to. Anko, the only one all the way at the back. She's stuck in no man's land. 2 seconds remaining, and this round is as good as gone.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate one
Last
for
round
Oasis
before the
Gaming. They
switch.
started off so well, finding a frags in the Viper's Pit as well, but at the end of the day, not
do you need?
managing to get the plant down in time when it went for the rotation. Polly just had to try to stick it at the
What do
end,
you
but
need?
it was just a little too late there. And that's going to be 3-8. One last round and a half. Oasis Gaming, they need at least this one more round, I think, to feel happy going into the defender side later on. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on for them because they seem to just falter at the finish line every single round. They're doing the
know.
right things, but at the end of the day, they just don't manage to close out the rounds.
I know, right, Omo?
It's kind of sad to see because they're really doing pretty well here, despite what the scoreboard says.
Oh, well, they're still adamant on A. The operator is being shouted off, and Galaxy Racer knows this.
Nice.
Aya, though, a little bit distracted, thought of dropping down. Instead, she gets swung on from the zipline by Anko, and right now, Polly finding another one as well. They're just going to push on in. Viper's Pit already deployed. Hopefully, they'll be able to take this round away, because if not, 3-9 is tough to come back from, but Galaxy Racer are not going back down without a fight. They make a quick trade happen, but Quick's getting dropped, getting rezzed as well now is pretty good. Still though, Viper's Pit is the biggest problem. Let's see how they deal with this.
Last player standing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a very good way to deal with it. They tried whatever they could, but the swings still happen, and this is what happens once Oasis Gaming starts to feel a little bit more confident. Once they have actual proper and good control over the site, they will be able to play the post plants. And yeah, you said it. I mean, 4-8. Yeah, I think they're pretty, you know, not the happiest in the world, right? But still happy enough.
yeah, it's a bit of copium if you say that. You know, if you're gonna say they're happy with 4-8, I don't think that's the case, but I think it's better than 3-9, and at least 4-8 gives you some avenues for error in the defender's side.
There.
Like, yeah, I think this map is a little bit defender's favorite, but you still need a bit of a buffer. You still need a couple of rounds where, you know, you're bound to make some mistakes here and there. So I think that 4-8 gives them at least a chance to come back in this half.
Standing ahead.
Well, hopefully, let's see if Oasis Gaming, if they want to stand a chance at coming back, now's the time to do it. Winning this pistol round will be a huge boost, but Galaxy Racer, they're not, you know, a force to be reckoned with either. Right now, Toxic Screen block screens off. They just want to push up front. They already have control over the side, and Oasis Gaming doing the same thing that they did against Wildfire Sphinx yesterday. It's a full 5v5 retake. It's not going to be an easy fight at all.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good situation to be in. Now, let's see if Galaxy Racer can succeed where Oasis Gaming kind of faltered in the post plants.
Yeah, I think they're faltering as well. All of a sudden, the death squad just descends upon them. But Hannah is actually able to find a quick double, goes back in, finds a third, another headshot, come on! She's missing her right clicks, has one more, backs up, has a ghost on the ground as well, I think. But she's just playing for time. This is so smart, so good. Oh my god, if you're Cannon Z right now, you're sweating bullets! She dashes up front, but she gets taken out. Hannah, the savior of her team, she brings it to a 9-4.
And that was a very nice round there for Hannah. Finding so many of those headshots, finding so many of those dinks with the classic, playing the close angle as well. There we go, let's take a look. The first headshot nearly gets a second. I think she whiffs a little bit too hard on the strafe coming in from Cannon Z. But at the end of the day, like you mentioned, smartly placed for time here, knowing that Cannon Z has to go for the defuse. And finally pulls around, gets a nice right click, and it's gonna be a 4K for Hannah. Very nice round from her.
That's right. I mean, that is how you play tactically in a game of Valorant. But right now, they're just continuing with this onslaught. They want to push up in towards green, quickly taking control. And because of the paint shells, Muffin has to back off. Still wants to re-aggress, though. Has the Sheriff, but can't quite connect her shots on towards Tricks. And because they are holding on to Spectres, they're going to be running and gunning. It's a little bit more difficult to nail your shots. She goes back in, misses her flicks, gets taken out, and just like that, in the blink, in a matter of seconds, flawless victory. It's a 10-4.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer just run in, take over the side, kill everybody, get the plant down even, I think, at the end of that one. And that's gonna be it, bring them to 10-4. Oasis Gaming, if they really want to have a shot here, if they really want to have a chance of comeback, they're gonna need to win this first buy round, and then they're gonna need to start stringing things together. Galaxy Racer, they only need 3 more rounds to take away Oasis Gaming's map pick here.
I don't know about you, Omo, but I think Oasis Gaming might have just lost this. I mean, it's 10-4, 3 more rounds to victory.
Yep.
Yeah, they might be able to win this round,
Watching
but
here.
confidence is something that they really need, as well as momentum. They might have just lost way too many rounds on the attacking side, and I think that probably was the one where they felt a little bit more comfortable with the strats that they had. Unfortunately, it just didn't come into fruition. Galaxy Racer right now, though, just streaming into side. Anko actually able to find one, but she is very low. Had to use the dismiss to keep herself alive, and right now, wall gone up, the spike gets planted, Muffin trying to pull off a flank, but is it going to be enough though? She has to stay alive long enough to make this work. The quick double will just do it, and yeah, the last one alive, situated around Maze, goes back in to pick up a weapon, but Muffin just picks her off from above.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a 3K from Muffin on the flank, finding some very nice angles and some very nice shots right there. That's gonna bring them to 5-10. We said they had to win the gun round, and now they have to start stringing things together. We'll see if they can do that. I agree with you, Quack. I think it's a bit too little, too late for Oasis Gaming. They need the confidence, they need the momentum. Let's see what they can really get with one round. I mean, I'm not getting my hopes up, but I feel like they need to at least make this one competitive to have a mental edge going into the best of 3, because this is, of course, their map pick. If they get demolished by GXR on their own map pick, it's definitely not gonna bode well for the rest of the series.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely everything that you said. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not impossible, but they need to pull themselves together. Anko in this position right now,
boy.
if she has the trigger discipline, this would be good, but she just goes in for the
Spike
shot,
down
takes one
A.
out, instantly gets traded. She does get info off of this, but I don't think it's enough. In fact, another teammate falls, and that's Polly. That means no more toxic screens, no more poison orbs. Muffin might just be able to pull this off though. Goes back in to stop any further aggression, but look at your mini-map. Galaxy Racer already rotating onto A, and Oasis at this point, they're gonna be about 5 seconds late to get onto site.
Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit late to get here. The rotate coming in so quick from Galaxy Racer, and this is something that we talk about a lot on their attacker side. They're just so quick to go for the rotates, to go for the fake outs, and this time around it's really paying off dividends for them.
Absolutely huge dividends. So streaming onto site only now. Look at the post-plant positions that they've already got, all hiding around green, one onto yellow, and that is Ivory. She's able to find the first shot as well. Stan makes a quick trade, they break down the wall, but Kennedy has already gotten it halfway. And because Trix is dead, Hannah won't be able to do too much at the point in time. They actually make it work. Oasis, despite being slow on the rotate, they are still able to clinch the round.
Yeah, and the retakes are where, where it's at. The post plants have been difficult for both of these teams here. And Oasis Gaming, even though they got to the side so late, they managed to get in and get the defuse down. That's going to be a pretty nice round for them. I do believe Stan got a 3K as well. So like you mentioned, some much needed confidence going to be injected into Oasis Gaming. They need 4 more rounds to tie this one up, but if they keep the momentum running, because now Galaxy Racer are on Ecos, they might be able to find something here.
Yeah, feels pretty good. Not to mention Muffin, she might have a sheriff, but the main thing is she's got her Blade Storm up. And look at this toxic screen coming in from Polly. It's actually a very nice one. Allows for Muffin to push up and get so much space. She clears mid and ensures that, okay, they're definitely probably going to hit A from Galaxy Racer. So Oasis, they're just getting prepared for this. It's only a matter of time before Galaxy Racer starts streaming in and the shots start firing off. Unfortunately, though, the paint shells from Trix does so much. Just like that, Cannon Z will be the first to fall. The wall does go up, though. It's a nice enough gap for Galaxy Racer to still push in, but nice as well from Muffin. Actually able to shut them down, picks up a weapon as well. All of a sudden, Galaxy Racer not feeling so hot. I think they want to rotate back.
Yeah, and if you take a look at where Ivory is, has actually a very nice position in B right now, deep into B. close to kitchens as well. She'll be holding her angle
30
to
seconds
try to
left.
catch off any rotators, but she's so exposed. She can get caught off from 3 different angles, right? That has to be very careful.
Ooh.
Oh, well, she gets one. Muffin fails the dash, and it's going to be an upgrade for her.
Huge upgrade. She took out the Bladestorm player as
Oh
well, and
boy,
right now
West
Polly just stopping the
Teams.
defuse. That is enough work.
remaining.
Yeah, cannot hope to do anything at this point in time. Polly just cleaning things up as well. 7 to 10. Could this be the start of the Oasis Gaming Aqua comeback?
I don't know about you, but I believe in it. I mean, Oasis Gaming, they've been stringing some really good rounds together. Even though Muffin got picked off early in that one, Oasis Gaming still went for the quick and fast retake. The plant wasn't down, but they went back into side, killed everyone, and regained control really smoothly. And I think that bodes well for how Oasis Gaming are playing, right? You need to be confident, and you need to be hitting their shots. And this is what we're seeing out of Oasis Gaming right now.
Pretty good. But here's the question. What's going wrong with Galaxy Racer? Right now they have a full buy-in. They need to make this one work, but with Muffin on an operator, it's just going to be a tad bit more difficult locking down these angles. Still though, she hears the shots coming in. There is a Hunter Sphere as well, and you can see everyone on site just scrambling, scuttling away. And because of this, Galaxy Racer have already made this site their home. Viper's pick goes up as well. Aqua is actually able to take one down though. So not too bad.
Oh, nice.
A second one is even better. Let's keep this going. Muffin a little bit afraid, but the tag is enough for her to find the
nice.
second kill. Polly and Alco just going in to decimate everyone else as well. Oasis Gaming are starting to show up really strong on the second half.
And that is a huge round for Oasis Gaming. They managed to bust through the Viper's Pit. They managed to find so many frags in the post-plant situation as well. And we were saying at 410 that it's looking a bit difficult for Oasis Gaming in this one. We were doubters to be frank, you know, like we didn't really think they could pull this one back. But they've strung 4 rounds together in a row right now, and it's 8 and 10. This is looking like anyone's game.
I know, right? But okay, here's the thing. They had a Viper's Pit. They had a full buy. What went wrong with Galaxy Racer's attack? You gotta think about it, because on paper that everything went their way. They got the spike down, they had everything, but they just weren't able to hold it post plant. So it comes back to the age-old question: what is going wrong?
I feel like in the post plant they just got picked off too many times. Like too many members just dropped for no reason. The main one I can think of, I think, is gonna be Yaya dropping to the operator. But who that thought? Trix is coming in. Everyone is running.
Well, everyone is running, but on an eco, you're still committing your showstopper.
no.
Not too bad. She does create quite a bit of space, deletes that opposing Viper's Pit, picks up a weapon for herself as well, but she wants to go back in for the counter aggression. She gets taken out by Stan instead. That is painful. Hannah, last one left alive, up around belt, will not be able to find anything as well. From that range with the Sheriff, it is so tough to nail your headshot. So 9 to 10, they are getting very close. Definitely getting it up and even right now. And Galaxy Racer, you gotta think what is going wrong. Why are they sweating? Why aren't they actually able
It's
to
time
nail
for a
this first
tech.
plant?
It's time for a tactical. I feel like they should call it right now. I feel like they should have called it 2 rounds ago. But Galaxy Racer need to stop the momentum of Oasis. Even if you feel like you don't need to talk about your strategies, you feel like the strategies aren't the problem, you need to just take a breather and put a pause on the momentum of Oasis Gaming right now. 5 rounds in a row. They're definitely on a roll.
Point.
Oh no.
This just might do it though. Maybe
This might
tactical
be it.
timeout isn't needed. All they needed was to actually literally pause in terms of their movement. Just play a default, wait
Oh,
for Oasis
nice.
to push in, but right now just getting maybe I don't know.
Did you see how close that one was?
Super
Muffin
close,
nearly
but
hit her through the smoke.
narrowly. Still though, Yaya onto site. If she lurks here, if she holds her guns, if she's actually able to make this work, it would be huge. Ivory needs to watch her back. Yeah, actually able to find the second one. The third
Yaya.
right now. Muffin loses. 5 back from Snowman. Sounds off her operator. They know where she is. It's just a matter of time before she walks into someone's crosshairs, and that's going to be Ivory. 11
It's so
to 9.
difficult. Yeah, it's so difficult to retake that situation with an operator. I feel a little bit bad for Muffin in that one. All her teammates dropped to Yeya's fantastic position, but at the same time, Yeya shouldn't have been able to win 3 consecutive duels. And 9 to 11, this is exactly what we talked about, right? Galaxy Racer, they need to put an end to Oasis Gaming's momentum. And it sucks to say this, but that one just came from Polly being a bit too overly ambitious right there. Pushes out too far, and B gets punished. Makes it a 4v5, and that gave Galaxy Racer their footing back into the game.
Yeah, like sometimes it's you get a little bit over inquisitive.
Okay,
Right now, I just pressing stepping on the gas pedal, wanting to make Oasis sweat a bit. She actually pushes up in towards 2 right now, but
bad timing.
Going into check, yeah, just really unfortunate. Stan went in for the peek, and just like that, Bladestorm gone as well. 4v5 right now, and with a disadvantage in terms of numbers, it's not that easy to hit a site any longer. Ivory, though, still into a duel against Polly, her Viper counterpart. They're looking for each other, but Ivory, just without that movement error, will be able to take her down, but distracted. She was thinking about putting up a toxic screen, I think, and Muffin was able to take her down. So definitely looking at a B split right now, or just a push up mid. She goes in for the res onto Aya. They know where the Galaxy Racer players are. Can Stan actually stop this from happening? No. Yeya actually able to take out the flanker. They will be able to create space on towards A right now. 4 players pushing up. It's a 2v4 Omo.
It's a 2v4, and so, from things looking so good for Oasis Gaming, suddenly they just fall apart. Aya with the crouch. I don't think Stan was expecting the position as well, and it's 4v1. Galaxy Racer, 10 seconds. They're gonna bring this one to map point, it looks like.
Possible, but Muffin don't want to count her out. Able to take Aya down. Yeah, wanted to up drop down the boiler as well, but for whatever reason, just did not quite have enough height. So right now, jumping on towards rafters. I don't know if Yeya might have heard this. Still though, as soon as she goes in for the peek, if Hannah or Trix spots her out first, that is information plenty, and Yeya will be able to take her down. So 12 to 9, we are at match point, and Galaxy Racer looking pretty good right now, winning the past 2 rounds straight in a row. This might just be it for Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, this just might be it, but the comeback they put on is still very impressive. Coming from 4 to 10, managing to pull it to 9 to 12. I think props to Oasis Gaming. Like, this is their map pick, they're faltering on it, but they're doing so well mentally to try to pull themselves and make this one even a close one.
Pretty good. At least they have enough money. I was a little bit scared to buy for their teammates and buy back for everyone. Cannon's the only one on a Spectre though, which might be a little bit tough to work with right now. They're banking on the A site. Wall, I think, has already been deployed just to stop them from pushing up, but Galaxy Racer, they're biding their time, hiding behind this. They have already taken 1 panel down, so it's still possible to push on in. With the tag right now, Trix actually able to flush Cannon Z out of position. She finds a quick double, pushes up front right now, but the Hunter's Fury is coming back in. She actually is able to dodge every single one of those beams though, and along with this, they
my goodness, what's going on?
Spike plant goes down, and Aya gets taken out by Muffin. Muffin wants to put a stop to this. This is my home, not yours. Get out of here. She comes in with a triple. She's looking for the 4. She gets shot by Yeya. Then comes in and claims revenge though. And Oasis Gaming stay alive for 1 more round.
And that was a round to behold. I mean, there was just so much going on. Trix taking full advantage of the chaos in the sites. Yeya just using the Hunter's Fury to clear out the defenders. Stan using her own Hunter's Fury to answer in return. And Muffin at the end of that one to close it out with some amazing plays. Just running into 3 people, pushing the off angles, not being expected from the side of Galaxy Racer, as she gets so many key frags in that round, bringing this one to 10 and 12. I like this. I do believe this is going to be a Galaxy Racer tech, if I'm not wrong, because they just don't want to give Oasis Gaming a chance to get rolling. Just stop their momentum in its tracks completely.
It's a nice, much needed one for the teams, the players, but I think for us casters as well. Right now, this is a lot to think about. There's quite a bit on the line. You lose this first map. The next map belongs to Galaxy Race. Oh, it's actually an Oasis Gaming tactical timeout. Well,
Okay.
they are the ones, up against match point. They need 2 rounds in a row just to bring us to overtime. And you have to be careful. That was good. It looked a little bit scary because of how aggressive and how smart Trix can be with her paint shells.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it, when you have superior positioning, when you're actually able to hide in plain sight like what Muffin does, it works out beautifully. The thing is, it's not an easy thing to replicate. So right now, they're back in towards this
They're
defense.
stacking on A?
Are they actually thinking about that?
Okay, never mind. I think they psyched themselves out. Maybe that's what they were talking about during the timeout, right? Like maybe they're discussing what
this is
strat
a bit
should we go
scary,
for,
though.
what do we think they're gonna do. But with our God vision on, we can see that stacking A was actually the right play here.
Well, right play or not, the one I was thinking of was really Cannon Z with her walls. She was actually able to stop a little bit of aggression up towards A, but right now she just deploys it into deny 2 completely. Toxic Screen is good, but is it good enough though? That's the question. Snakebite will just be able to hold them off for a couple more seconds, but I don't think it's enough to deter this aggression. Galaxy Racer just waiting for it to drop, and right now it might be the signal to go in.
Yeah, it looks like this might be the timing window, but they can't find anything. Oasis Gaming all hiding back in the safe zones of the site, not wanting to give any free picks away to Galaxy Racer here.
Paint shells to start things off. No one's getting caught out by it though. Aya still pushing in, actually able to take stand down. That would be big value. And right now, repositioning around back, she anticipates a push from Raptors. She takes Polly down. And I think that has just been enough. No more toxic screens, no more shock darts for Oasis Gaming. It means that Anko, the duelist, Muffin as well, they need to do everything right now, and they just might do it. Spike carrier has been dropped, 30 seconds left. Kennedy goes in for a res, and all of a sudden, Galaxy Racer hanging around the back. They're not quite sure how to do this anymore. A quick flick from Anko, but Ivory comes up huge. Finds a quick double. Muffin hiding over
10 seconds.
spots her out, converts her spray, and she makes it stick. Oasis Gaming still alive, 11-12.
Muffin not exactly, Ivory not exactly knowing where to look on that one. Muffin in a little bit of a tricky position, and ultimately there will be Oasis Gaming pulling the round in their favor. One man left standing, but they still managed to close it out, and that's what matters at the end of the day. 11-12, we're one away from overtime.
One away, that's right, Omo. It's very possible, and I think with Galaxy Racer and an Eco right now, it's definitely possible. In fact,
man,
in
I didn't
terms
even
of strats,
notice.
I mean, they've been going to A for 2 times in a row now. Is this going to be the 3rd time in a row that they're banking on this? Tricks, starting off with the paint shells earlier on, it might have worked. It might have caught Cannon Z off guard, but 3rd time, I don't think Oasis Gaming are going to commit the same mistake. So you got to be careful. In fact, they're playing it very slow, very careful. If Aya can find the entries, they just might be able to break open B. And she just did it.
One, yeah. And it looks
All
like
that
the moment they get the frag, yeah, they're just running to B right now. Oh,
push
B
in.
is open completely. They don't know this, but B is completely open.
Exactly, and that's the perfect read from Galaxy Racer. I think they're kind of somewhat cognizant that B should be open. This Viper's Pit will be big enough as well. Just like that, there's a huge choke point in towards mid, in towards Snowman, and a very big obstacle in form of this huge green gas ball. They have to be careful about approaching this right now because Galaxy Racer have all the post-plant positions. They have a couple of rifles to work with this as well, and right now, one more snakebite, one more shock dart in the form of Ivory and Yeya, but pushing up front will be Stan. She takes Yeya down. Aya makes it a quick trade, pushes up front, dashes away, and she dashes into a wall as well. Candace actually able to take her down, but Tricks right now just to stop the defuse. Ivory with a quick triple is able to defend and to close things out at a 13-11. They eliminate every single one on the side of Oasis Gaming in that retake.
Yeah, that was much closer than we thought. Coming into this one, 4-10 was the map score at 1 point. We kind of counted Oasis Gaming out, but credit to them, they did so well to come back in this one. Of course, Galaxy Racer at the end of the day, that last round was a masterclass from them. They smelled blood from the first pick, just ran all the way over to B, get the plant down, get the wall down, get the Viper's Pit down, and their post plant was a very well executed one as well. I mean, we do know the Galaxy Racer are always going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they kind of proved that on that map. Despite it being Oasis Gaming's map pick, they just ran away with it.
And that's the thing, right? When you have good reads, when everyone's feeling, sometimes they doubt themselves, sometimes, a little bit shaky. But when you have that confidence, when you just have that positive mental attitude, you just keep going with it. And you said it, dude. They smelled blood. Sometimes, fish are friends, not food. But in this case, they're definitely food. Oasis Gaming is food for Oasis, for Galaxy Race, excuse me. And they definitely saw it. They had a sensing that someone might just be lurking around mid or something. They were hoping for that peek in, and I think the peek from Muffin might just have been the thing that cost Oasis Gaming that round as soon as that opening pick happened. I mean, you saw it. The quick rotates and Oasis Gaming a little bit slower, and that's why I think they're not that strong on defense. They have to be a little bit more careful. They have to read the situation a lot better for Oasis Gaming. Still, though, it's a very good effort, right? 13-11. There was a big comeback. And I think, on Haven, it might be Galaxy Racer's map pick, but we can expect a bit more from Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. I think Oasis Gaming are definitely a team you should not be counting out of this one. They've proven that they have a lot of strategies in play that they can play towards, as well as their individual fracking power. Ultimately Muffin was the one that got picked off and lost them the last round. But you can't forget that Muffin was the one getting so many picks for a team in a lot of other rounds as well as finding a bunch of kills across the board. And I mean, honestly, all of these players here are really strong fraggers, so you can't really be counting anyone out. Just raw fracking power alone, I think is going to play a big factor in a map like Haven, and that's something I'm excited for.
Definitely. Slightly smaller map, smaller than Icebox, at least for sure, but you're going to see a lot of frags. So guys, do not click the X on your browser. We're going to go for a quick break, but after this, right back, it's Oasis Gaming Aqua versus Galaxy Racer Female on Haven.
And welcome back to the Valorant Game Changes. I am your caster, Omo. Together with me here is Hey, I'm Quack. We have a very exciting best of 3 going on between Galaxy Racer and Oasis Gaming. I feel like we saw a pretty one-sided game 1. Well, at least that's what we thought, right? Until the comeback started happening and Oasis Gaming started pulling themselves back into this one. And the moral of the story is you can really never count either of these two teams out, which is why we have what could potentially be a very exciting best of 3 here. We just saw Icebox, which was the map picker for Oasis Gaming, and there we go, we're looking at some stats on the screen. And I think what we really want to take a look at is the fact that no one really had those crazy pop-up performances that we're used to seeing. The top fraggers for both teams are sitting about 20 apiece.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe not that huge. Maybe you're not seeing the aces or big 1vx clutches, but it's still an incredible performance nonetheless. I mean, there were so many rounds where you just thought that all hope might have been lost. The site might have gone over to Galaxy Racer or Oasis Gaming. But then you got some key players. You got players like Muffin, sometimes Polly, sometimes it's Ivory, in fact, who tends to be kind of one of the underdogs for her own team. Usually you'd be seeing someone like Aya, maybe Trix leading the scoreboard, but this time around, every single one of them are stepping up to the plate. They're all doing an incredible job. They're actually able to stop plants from happening or come in with big retakes, and that's something that we saw a lot in the end of that first half.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Galaxy Racer looking at the headshot percentage as well. That's 1 in 4 shots hitting the head. So a pretty good performance from them. And I think, like you mentioned, right, everyone on both of these teams has been stepping up generally. So that's why we're not seeing any standout 1v9 performances, because everyone is just doing their part. And I think that at the end of the day, that's better to see, right? It might be less flashy, it might be less impressive, but it bodes well for both of these two teams.
Incredibly well, but still, I think they've actually played against each other before, and this was in the upper semifinals. Oasis Gaming, they did get knocked down into the lower bracket because of Galaxy Racer. And this is something that I didn't really account into effect until I took a look at the brackets. 14-12 was actually the score. So that one actually went into overtime. This time, Galaxy Racer did not allow for that to happen. So it's
It nearly
still
did.
very close. Yeah, exactly. Very, very close. But at the end of the day, you still kind of see history repeating itself. And if you're Oasis Gaming, you really have to go to the drawing board, take a look at it, and figure out why. I mean, you came so close. There was a very nice comeback in towards the second half. Even towards the end of the first half, they actually won 2 rounds, I think, in a row. They brought it to an 8-4. Not the best thing in the world, but not the worst either. So they have some skill. They have what it takes. The only thing is, what's going wrong? I mean, why are there rounds where they actually lose? So that's what you have to think about, especially moving into the next map, which is going to be Haven. This is Galaxy Racer's map pick, and it's something that a lot of the Filipino fans, Filipino teams, even Filipino casters, Illustrado, Tayror, Marquis, they're telling us Galaxy Racer, Haven is their home map. We don't get to see this map too often. In fact, I don't think we've seen it once at all on the English stream, but there is a reason why they picked this. So Oasis Gaming, you better be prepared.
Yeah, and I'm personally hyped for it. I would expect Haven to be banned against Galaxy Racer, but I think your hands are really tied when you have too many maps to really that you don't want to play against a team like Galaxy Racer. And of course, since it is their map pick, I do believe that Oasis Gaming did pick defense to start this one off, which is a little bit interesting. Might show that they're a bit, less familiar with the map, because I think people generally do think that Haven is one of those maps where attackers have a pretty good time. With that said, though, I mean, choosing defense just shows like, maybe my executes are not that comfortable. Maybe I'm not too confident in like how we're going to hit the sites. Let's just play defense. It's more default. It's more standard. And maybe that's just the approach here.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I think a default actually might be able to work out depending on who starts out first and how well they read their opponents. But then again, I think agent composition is another thing that we want to take a look at. So moving in towards agent selection right now, it does seem like they're going to go back to a very nice classic, 1.0 Valorant start. We're seeing Omens come out. We're seeing the Killjoys. We're seeing the Jets and the Reynas. In fact, are they actually thinking about going for this complete mirror match?
It's looking really likely. I don't really think anyone is going to swap off what they've been hovering right now. And I do think that's something we want to take note of is Trix swapping off the Rays, which she used to create effect in Icebox to just create so much space for a team with the aggressive usage of her utility. This time around on Reyna, we'll have more individual carry potential. We'll have the eye to just flash people out of corners. But other than that, won't have the aggressive utility. I think is something that we want to really take note of right here, especially on attacker side. They will have 2 flashes with the Omen and with the Reyna.
Select your agent.
Yeah, Omen plus Reyna is just good to go. Especially Omen on this map. Your paranoia, there are so many spots that you can actually basically cover in full. I mean, think about C long. Think about maybe even if you're hiding around a link, you can actually hit a site through the walls as an Omen. Paranoia does so much. It's very useful, but at the same time, it comes down to the timing of how you use it. So information is going to be key, positioning as well, and as the biggest thing, timing. Timing. If they are able to stop the aggression, if they're able to time their abilities well enough, if they're able to read the situation correctly and rotate in time to stop anyone or to cut rotations off, it could be a very, very big factor. So I don't know what these teams are going to do. It's a complete mirror matchup, but we'll have to see what they are going to pull off, because the very first round, Pistol is going to be the one to start things off.
Yep, it's going to be a very exciting one for sure coming to Haven. I mean, like you mentioned, right, it's not something we see very often. And all the more, that makes it more exciting, I feel.
Even more exciting, that's even better. But right now, a curious setup, I guess, from Oasis Gaming. They are going to be starting out on defense, Galaxy Racer on the attack. We have 2 players who are looking to peek out into its A long, and that's Muffin as well as Stan. A little bit of a recon ball, but it doesn't tag anyone up. Muffin just pushing up front. I think she might have cost herself right here. She's going to drop dead, and then Stan has to fall back down to 12 HP as well.
Yeah, and the push is coming in hard and fast towards A right now for Galaxy Racer.
Way too fast for Oasis Gaming to handle, I think. Look at this, the Death Squad just finding every single player from Oasis Gaming side. All that's left right now is Anko, and she's standing still. No one's picking into her though. So
yeah, the
what's
discipline is good. It's nice to see. Okay.
Okay. Suddenly goes in for the peak. Finds 2 quick headshots.
Oh, you
But
hate
at
to
the
see
end of the
it.
day, man, the turret, Omo, the turret.
Anytime you try to shoot the turret, you just get 2 people popping out behind covers to just blast you down. But yeah, at the end of the day, that was a slaughter for Galaxy Racer. It was a 5-man push into the A side, but Iron Tricks splitting the kills there, and it's gonna be a very commanding start to the map for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, like, confidence is good, and I really love watching Muffin. You know, she does get a bit of support from Stan, and it's very nice when they go in for these aggressive plays, but when it's not calculated, when they just go in for the blind peeks, Muffin even pushing up front, I think because the recon bolt didn't tag anyone, she thought that they were somewhere around B or C instead, and that just bit her in the back. It was very, very painful, but this time around, they're playing it super safe. No one really going for any hard, dry peaks. In fact, Polly with his dark cover, just blocking things off, might be good enough. Muffin does not get spotted out, and that is what she's looking for. She has a shorty in her hands.
Oh, look at the paranoia coming in, and it's the dash in from Aya.
But still, the right clicks actually connect. Anko is actually able to take a couple of players down, and all that's left are Yeya and Hana. With Spectres in hand, they should be able to do this, but at long range, they can't quite connect their shots. Hana right now, hiding in the corner, getting sprayed down by Anko. The pea shooter will just pepper her full of holes, and Galaxy Racer actually make this work. It's at 1-1, and economy will be very, very crippled for the side of Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, and Galaxy Racer, I think they were a little bit too slow on the push right there. It gave Oasis Gaming enough time to basically rotate their whole team around to the A side, punishing the slower execute from GXR there. Oh, you hate to see it. It's a bit unfortunate. It's okay, you get a second try, so it's alright.
It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. But it's okay. At the very least, you have no more shroud stuff. But this should be their round. This should be.
In theory, it should. Yes.
They have the rifles.
Yeah, they have the rifles. They have some Spectres littered around. But it's full pistols for GXR. They need to go into full eco right now so they can buy in the next round. And that's going to be a quick one from Muffin to start things off.
Alrighty, and that is good enough information as well. They have some sensing that there should be players up around A, and hearing even more from Anko. She knows that they're there. It's just a matter of time. She's waiting for this lurk to happen. If someone pushes out of mid-window, she'll be the first one to receive them. But Galaxy Racer playing it a little bit more safe, very quiet. All 4 of them sneaking up towards C long. Still, though, that is where all of those Killjoy utilities are placed. And as soon as they make one step into that minefield, I don't like what's going to happen, Omo.
Yeah, this might be rushing into the jaws of death right here, but it looks like they're going to be able to get in. They don't quite get taken down by the Nano Swarm grenades, but it's alright. They just need to wait it all out right now, and I think they're good.
Spike down, C.
Nope, not too good.
Not quiet.
Nano Swarms, everything is stopping the spike plant from happening, but they still are able to hide behind the Radiant Knight crates to get it in, and then Cannon Z pushes up front right now. Still though, the fact they managed to get the spike plant down is good enough, but Ivory wants to make this a big fight before she goes down. Tries to sneak up around the left side, but will not be able to find another player. So 3 survive. Not too bad. They hold on to their rifles. In fact, I think they get to buy back. But the main thing is, for Galaxy Racer, Spike getting planted means that they get a nice economical boost. They will be able to full buy into this round, plus probably full utilities.
Yeah,
except for maybe some of them. But
yeah, they're missing a little bit of util here and there, but it's nothing too significant, I would say. Of course, in that round, we didn't quite catch it, but Ivory got a 2k headshot with the Sheriff as well. So a nice attempt to win the round for a team, but ultimately Oasis Gaming will be pulling ahead here on Haven. Muffin has the operator on A.
but it doesn't connect for it just yet. The operator,
Oh, no.
Muffin, very unfortunate. Just like that, A side handed over onto Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, the
Aya right now,
Y-axis.
plus the paranoia. Look at the timing of it. It just stopped Oasis Gaming from getting onto site. Spike will get planted, and it's a 2v5.
Spike planted.
Yeah, 2v5, it's not looking like the best situation for Oasis
Last
to
player
be in.
standing.
Ivory has been finding some really nice shots here.
Very, very nice indeed. Almost every single one of them connecting, and that is very, very good for your morale and confidence as well. But the main thing is, it's going to become a 2-2, and Cannon Z right now just opting to hold on to a rifle for dear life all the way on the other side of the map. So Galaxy Racer actually making this work this time. They just go in for the offensive push, I think kind of catching Oasis Gaming off guard. I mean, you saw Muffin with the operator. She had it in her hand. She had the scope zoomed in, but just wasn't able to connect.
I think she kind of got thrown off by the Y-axis right there, because people were jumping on crates, people were next to each other. You know, it's a very regular occurrence when there's two people next to each other and you shoot in between them. Because I don't know how, like what the psychology is behind it, but I do it all the time. I've noticed people do it quite often as well. It's not just me being a noob in this situation, and I think that it's kind of what threw Muffin off there as well.
Yeah, it certainly does throw you off at times. Sometimes way too many targets, and you just get overloaded, especially with the jumping as well. So it's unfortunate, but thankfully she will be able to buy back in the round. But let's take a look at ultimates for now. Both Reynas do have their Empresses available, and right now Trick's taking one player down. She comes back in, does get healed up, and one player down around mid. Second player down around C long. It's a bit of a problem for Oasis Gaming. They have to be careful about this. Aya just going in hyper aggressive, dashes into her own clovers, gets taken out and denied by Stan, and then Cannon Z, the turret mode. She's going in from the box itself. She's able to take a couple more players down. Polly coming back as well. Paranoia flushing Tricks away. In a 1v2, she can still do this. She has the spike. She wants to go in for the frags. Walks right in, and Cannon Z just prepared for this. Takes her down.
Yeah, and that's gonna be another round going over in favor of Oasis Gaming. I mean, this is Galaxy Racer's map pick, so Oasis is actually putting a very competitive performance on right now.
Very, very competitive. It's very fun to watch. And it's a nice little bit of an effort, but the main thing is that you have to think about why they're actually able to make this work, and I think really in that round it was because of Cannon Z. The fact that they knew the opening picks coming from Galaxy Racer meant that they would commit onto the site, so they just waited for it. Right now though, bursting through the doors, they are actually able to delete that turret that was hiding in garage. So a nice little start for Galaxy Racer, but they still have to be careful about how they approach sites.
Yeah, let's take a look at the approach that they have right now. It looks like they want to play more heavily towards mid control this round on the side of Galaxy Racer. Not going to be finding too much just yet. Oasis Gaming, they are playing very safe, holding back in their sides, not going for any peaks. Nice little blind right there. Oh no, the door was already shot through.
Exactly, shot through the paranoia as well, and she just walked right into those bullets. So at least they know it's gonna be a hit on towards the C side. Anko hiding and lurking again. He's able to find the first one, but then the death squad rains in from garage as well. Just enough for Oasis Gaming to take down Galaxy Racer as they make their advances into C.
Anko and Muffin with the tag team in that round. That was a splendid Reyna performance, and that's why you always check your corners.
Exactly. Always, always. But when they are up in an elevated position, when all you're thinking of is to get the spike planted, sometimes it just escapes you. Very unfortunate for Galaxy Racer. This is their map pick. But, you know, not the best start. Still quite early, so it's not the worst thing in the world. They are looking to re-aggress into the A site though, and right now with Sheriffs, Aya the only one with a Phantom because she had her Blade Star in the previous round. Still going in for this. They're hovering around A long. They get spotted out by the drone, and here come the shock darts.
here comes the shock darts. I don't believe it's hit anyone just yet, but yeah, just Stan is trying to find some damage down, not gonna be able to do so. It looks like they still want to commit towards A on the side of Galaxy Racer, but you might want to rethink this. Yeah, there we go. They're starting to rotate out of A side. The last time they did this and took too long to execute, they ran headfirst into a stacked team of Oasis Gaming on A and just got slaughtered. So understandably, they want to avoid it this time around. Oh, Ivory.
Yeah, and that was information enough, I think, for Oasis.
Yep.
Seeing that Ivory's dead and no one is re-aggressing, they know it's either B or C right now. And Cannon Z hiding in garage with that pesky off angle, plus her alarm bots. It's not going to be an easy fight ahead of Galaxy Racer at all. Recon vault in towards B. They think that the side is clear, but there is a turret, and it just bought enough time for Oasis Gaming to read the situation. Anko goes back in, gets a quick double. Aya right now, though, with another double of her own. She gets the third one, wants to pick up the spike. Had her crosshair zeroed in on Cannon Z, but unfortunately the movement just escapes her as well. So Oasis Gaming, man, looking pretty good. Look at that, 10-5, 10-3.
Yeah, not a bad performance at all. Anko especially has been finding some really nice rounds. And I know we talked about Muffin, but Cannon Z2 has been very solid here on Haven. Galaxy Racer, something is going wrong for them here on offense. I feel like they need to be more decisive on where and when they hit the sites. I feel like this is why Raze was such an integral part of their success, right? Because Let Tricks really just lead the charge against Oasis. And that's not really something she can do here on Arena.
Yeah, it's a little bit
look at
difficult
Muffin
as well,
again.
Long range, but exactly, Muffin loves to do this. Always so aggressive, looking for the picks and the frags right now. But they've already backed off, and they're thinking about the hit. At the very least, this dark cover will be a big signal for Oasis Gaming. They know it's going to be an A hit. It's just a matter of time. Muffin tries to find one, dancing back and forth. But here comes the lockdown. It gets destroyed by the Hunter's Fury. That's good enough, but they've already pushed up front. And because of this, Stan and Cannon Z, the Death Squad, they're going in for the kills. They're getting a couple of players. Trick is trying to stop this from happening, but has to switch to a weapon. Doesn't connect it. And then the last player, Hannah, all the way from A-Long, will not be able to find anything. Oasis Gaming, they're reacting so quickly to whatever Galaxy Racer throws at them.
Yeah, and Galaxy Racer, I mean, they are trying to find these pushes, but in that round, it was just utility usage came in too strong for Oasis. The defenders lockdown forced the Hunter's Fury, which was answered by Oasis Gaming's own Hunter Fury to take down Yaya, and this was just a very masterful retake coming in from Oasis Gaming. 2 and 6 right now. They are looking poised to take Haven in the first half of the map.
No, we just might get that third map over, but I don't want to jinx it just yet. Oasis Gaming looking pretty good for now, but again, this is Galaxy Racer's map pick. They should be getting this, but something's going wrong. And right now, Muffin with the aggression just taking Ivory down. She wanted to go in for the aim duel, I think, but I don't know if that's the right call. And right now, Stan spotting out a foot. She knows it's an A hit at this point, calls it out to her team, goes back in, re-peeks, sprays down. Polly gets another one as well. And 2 players remaining on the side of Galaxy Racer. They want to get the spike down, but they just can't.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slaughter right now for Oasis Gaming. Rifles against these pistols. They are just destroying them at every turn. I say that, but Trix finds one. And that's going to be all she got this first round. Yeah, there we go. 2-7 right now.
2-7?
What is going wrong for Galaxy Racer?
Oh, no. 2-7? This is going to be a 2-8. They have a full buy this round.
Yeah, they have full buy.
Be able to get it. In fact, let's take a look at their ultimates. Both sides have 3 up and ready, but I think the lockdown on Hannah should be able to break open a site. Still,
well, in theory, right? But Hunter's Fury is already up for Stan, so that's going to be an easy answer for Oasis Gaming if they see the lockdown being used.
Oh, and then now Muffin has the operator too. Gotta be very careful about this.
Yeah, look at how aggressive they're pushing out of C.
Oh, God. Oasis Gaming loves to do this. It's actually very scary. I don't think they're going to expect Anko hiding in that corner around C, around Dragon. Dildo Tricks just going in for the peaks. Does not expect Paul to be hiding up on top. She gets taken out.
Man.
And
Oasis
then-
Gaming, they're finding so many angles, and Galaxy Racer, they're just
Oh,
not hitting
no.
the shots.
That's the thing, right? All these sites. I mean, look at the map right now. Yeah, it is a 5v3. Yeah, I mean, all of these different areas of the map, sea, grass, or dragon, you got garage, all of them are being watched by, if not a player, and at the very least, it's utility. I mean, Cannon Z, her turret is up around, it's watching long, it's watching short. So even if they try to go into A, it's not going to be easy.
30
Oh my
seconds
goodness,
left.
look at where Anko is right now. Yeah, sorry to cut your points off, but look at the pushes coming in from the side of Oasis Gaming. They should know this is an A play, because there's no one else anywhere else.
Exactly. But here it comes. Cannon actually misses her spray. This just might open up the site.
Spike planted.
Spike will get planted, but then the Hunter's Fury, like you said, Ovo. Perfect counter. Hannah doesn't even get to use her lockdown.
Yeah.
Now, Yaya and Ivory, last ones
Last player
left
standing.
alive. Paranoia just pushing Stan back a little bit. She's able to take her down, but with 3 players on her heels, she won't be able to do that much at the end of the day. So Oasis Gaming already at an 8-2. This is the 10th round already. We're right into round number 11, almost at the end of the first half. If Galaxy Racer doesn't come back now, then when?
Yeah, this is basically about as late in the round as you can. There we go, the tag comes in. I feel like it could have been used a little bit earlier, maybe like disrupting the 6-win streak coming in from Oasis Gaming. You do have 2 rounds left though, and this is exactly what we talked about in Icebox for Oasis as well. You need to at least make it a 4-8 to have a chance in the map. Something like a 3-9, something like a 2-10, these are just too one-sided. It doesn't give you enough of a buffer room in case you lose rounds for whatever reason.
I mean, you said it. Buffer room. 2-8 is that room is too big. So it's a good call for a tactical timeout, but it's I don't know if it's gonna be enough. They're gonna be saving this round as well. And
Oh yeah,
you
that's
really
rough.
have to think it's even just from the previous round that we just saw, the way that Oasis Gaming are holding this time, this is when they are able to make things happen, make things work. Usually they'd be going for, a lot of aggressive plays, Muffin going for peaks, using her Blade Storm, but that time, the double push in towards C long, allowing for Anko to hide in a corner. Super Poly just shrouded step on towards the corner of B, and Cannon Z with her utility up on A as well. It's all these different entryways onto the sites, and they have it all locked down. So I think Galaxy Racer need to be a little bit more careful about how they approach the sites. They need to use their utility a little bit better, a little bit more. I mean, they've been sitting on their ultimates for quite a while now, but
Yeah, they have.
they haven't been using it. So with Stan's Hunter's Fury gone, I mean, I think now is a good time to place that lockdown.
This might be a good time to use the lockdown, yes, indeed, but where are they going to use it towards is the question. They probed a little bit towards A, don't find anything, and it looks like they're going back around towards C right now.
Well, that just might be good enough. Even going in towards C, even with a little bit of a default, it's going to be Anko who kind of gets over inquisitive around garage.
Oh, but
She
the
gets
rotations
taken
are so
out
quick
and-
for Oasis. They already have
Yep.
3 people
Oh.
on C.
Spike down.
Very quick reactions from the
Oh.
shot as well. Perfectly landing onto the player streaming in. And right now, Hannah's the last one left alive.
Okay.
Pushes out of the cloud burst, and it is just not enough.
Last round.
And
in
this
the
is just a
half.
slaughter right now for Galaxy Racer. I mean, I feel like if you on the side of Galaxy Racer, you just won't know what hit you because it seems like everywhere you go, Oasis Gaming are just reading you. They're always there.
Oh my god. So you have to. It's really this. It's starting to become a bit of a guessing game. It's starting to become like.
Yep.
Everywhere you go, they're just waiting. They're just watching
They're
their
always there.
crosshairs, and
And look,
Right
the lockdown
now-
is still available. Oof, that
exactly
kinda
right. I
hurts a
mean,
bit.
does push Muffin off. She does get a little bit burnt, but they really need to go in and execute. It's just not enough. Owl drones passing by each other. One gets shot down. Stan will be able to meet the second one as well. At this point, you have an inkling that Galaxy Racer are pushing into A. Galaxy Racer, they could still make this work. I mean, if Hannah deploys a lockdown somewhere in a safe enough spot,
this fake out might actually work. They're going around to C. They're leaving tricks on A. They're gonna bait them in, and C is completely uncontested. It's just for the taking.
Oh, perfect. And this is just, I think, a great call by Trix.
Yeah, Trix is just baiting them, keeping them interested while her team is planting on C. But Uncle with the push out through mid, Trix is not going to be expecting that one.
Well, at the very least, they have control over the site, though. Still with the utility. There's the lockdown, finally. Still, because they have utility, because they're somewhere around the edge of this, it's only going to buy a little bit of time. Ivory, nicely done as well. Somewhere towards the back. They're starting to dismantle the retaking advances from Oasis Gaming. 2 players remaining. That's Anko and Muffin. One from Long, one from Garage. They should be able to get this, but Hannah gets taken out. Empress plus the operator. She swaps on over to a Vandal. Aya, last one left alive, 7 HP. She gets taken out, and yeah, don't have the time.
They're trying to make a run for it, but it's the last round.
It's close enough. But still, a little bit too close for comfort, I think, almost. 3-9.
Yeah, way too close comfort. I mean, Ankle really tried to best that round. She got a couple of key frags, but it was just too little, too late. Not enough time. The ultimate from Ivory there on the Omen just bought so much space for her team because Oasis Gaming was so paranoid about where she could be. She even picked up 2 frags in a flank position. But right now, 3-9. I think that's the key thing we need to talk about right now. Is this enough? We mentioned the buffer room, right? You're bound to lose some rounds. Is 3 rounds enough? Do you have enough of a buffer room to at least bring it to 12? I don't really know. I feel like this, even though it's Galaxy Racer's map pick, it looks a bit dire for them here.
I have to agree, man. I mean, 3-9, that's a difference of 6. If they win this piss round, it might be good, but at the very least, that gives them what, 5-9? It's still a difference of 4. It's still pretty far away, but you don't give up hope. And Galaxy Racer playing on the defense just might be a little bit more comfortable. Utility doesn't quite sound off though, and Muffin has been allowed to slip the net. She's hiding in towards A link, and I don't think Galaxy Racer expects this, but Yaya with the Drone is just good at— oh my gosh, she pushed past it. Thankfully Trix was there. She stops it just in time. And here it comes. Spike might have been planted, but can they hold off the aggression from Galaxy Racer? Hannah with the right place, able to take Polly down, goes back in. Quick adjustments onto Stan's head, and she will be able to secure this. 4-9 is pretty good. Let's make this a 5-9, please, Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, that was a good round for them. They got the frags on the people who really needed to start picking up frags. I think Hannah, when Galaxy Racer looks good, Hannah picks up a couple of key frags every round, so it's good for her to find some momentum, find some confidence. And I do believe, okay, well, Oasis are not going to force despite managing to get the plant down. So this is looking like maybe a 5-9 for Galaxy Racer, and then we'll see how it goes.
Still, that is a maybe, right? Because we've seen Eco, we've seen 50 wins happen. Here comes Recon Vault. A little bit of information for Galaxy Racer. They know that they should be prepared for this. Trix hiding her gun barrel though. Okay, there's the swing. Very well played, but Yaya still got taken out though. Trix
3 on 3
also falls. It's an even trade. Like you said, 3 on 3, and Muffin is already pushing them off, making sure that they don't rotate on time. They don't get their footsteps on towards the site. Spike gets planted right now as well. Ivory just blocking things off even further.
Aya is way too slow. Aya just needs to be quicker with this flank. Like, you don't need to be worried about people looking that far in, I think.
Her teammates should be able to get enough information in time for this, and Ivory definitely has done it.
Alright, and yeah, it's just all on Ivory picking up the 3K right there. Aya comes in to snatch the defuse too.
Well, it's pretty good because Blade Storm is a lot
Yeah,
more
for sure,
effective
for
than
sure.
From the Shadows. But hey, Ivory got those 3 kills. I think she deserves a round of applause.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very important round for them. I feel like if you lose that round with the buy up, it's gonna be so demoralizing as well as so damaging for your economy. So it's good that Galaxy Racer won this one, but it seems like they might be kind of conceding this round a little bit. They're just going for like some scuffed half buys to make sure that they can get full buys in the next round. But that means that if they do win, if they do get to upgrade some rifles, this could be huge for them too.
Hopefully they do, but that all comes down to positioning because Spectres versus Rifles at the range at which Oasis Gaming probably want to play, it's not going to be easy. All 5 Vandals, and that means it's going to be long-range duels. We don't see a single Phantom, and Oasis Gaming should be able to punish this. Anko, somewhere around B as well, just at the mouth of it, wants to walk on in, but I think she hears a turret. So Oasis Gaming right now, they're looking for an opening pick, but given the positions that Galaxy Racer are playing, they're not giving it up.
Yeah, indeed, not giving it up, and I think that this is so important here on Haven. Because there are 3 sides, right? Your defenders' forces are spread so thinly. You just can't get picked off, and you can't let them know where you are. Well, just as I say that, Ivory gets picked off, and they're hitting C.
Was that a pick?
Nice adaptation here.
Hiding in the cloud.
Oh, but the smoke clears.
Player standing.
Oh, it would have been better if she got the second. Smoke clears. She's able to find one, but not the other.
Yeah.
Goes back in for a couple more bursts. Recon. It's just not enough. Yeah, will drop. And it's a 5-10. It's not good. I still don't like this. We talked about that all that buffer room, and it's still just. I mean,
at this point, there's just like no buffer room left for Galaxy Racer. They need to win basically every round from here on out. And I think if you look at how the rounds have been going, it's not looking great for them. They've only managed to win 2 rounds from defuse, so they haven't managed to stop Galaxy Racer in their tracks, and they keep having stop Oasis in their tracks, and they have to play for retakes, they have to play for post plants, and that just means that Oasis is doing something right.
Exactly, perfectly right. I mean, the way that they were even playing that round alone, just knowing that they had Vandals against Spectres, that was what they were looking for. But right now, slightly different round. We have a full buy from Galaxy Racer. You have to be careful about how they approach this. Warning shots in towards B warrants the Nanoswarm being popped. And that just burns a little bit of utility. Now they rotate off of this. And I think Anko, somewhere in towards Garage, she's trying to find something. Here's the turret somewhere around as well, but they're actually able to push past into this. Aya just holding, actually able to push up C long now. Her position will be effective. Drops one. Not sure if she expects a second, but she's looking for it. She hears the spike getting planted. Looks to the other angle. Cannon Z as well as Muffin right now. They take her. So 4v4 retake.
4v4 retake, they're gonna do the best here. That's 1 for Tricks.
Goes in, denies the Nanoswarm. She knows they're somewhere around C long right now. Takes another player down, spots the other, and every single one of her teammates stands in front of her. Ivory takes Muffin down. Cannon Z somewhere in towards the cubby. Goes in for the repeat. And Yaya, with a perfectly placed crosshair, will be able to shoot her dead. 6-10. Galaxy Racer starting to hopefully come back into the game.
Yeah, it's still too close to call. I mean, I feel like Oasis Gaming are still significantly in the lead. They have the buffer room that we were talking about. But yeah, it seems doable for Galaxy Racer. It's just a bit concerning that Oasis are getting the plant out every single round.
And that is a pretty tough thing to deal with. It gives them that economical boost that they're looking for. Muffin has her Blade Storm. The rest of them have rifles. So Galaxy Racer, I mean, that's kind of the thing that you give up when you're playing extremely defensively. But this time, small aggression, it gets denied. Aya will be the first to drop, and that weakens the defensives quite a bit. I mean, you got 4 players remaining. on Haven when there are so many different angles to look out for, so many different entrances. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a hard situation to play out here. Cannon Z, alarm bot sounds, but doesn't get hit by the Nano Swarm. As the push comes in onto A.
Oh my gosh.
Trig's not looking the right way. That one is gonna hurt, and it looks like this is gonna be an 11th round for Oasis.
Just a little bit too passive. They've allowed them to get onto site, and now with the knives, it does get denied, but you still have 4 more players to look out for. And A is one of the more difficult sites to retake just because your choke points are so narrow. I mean, look at A Link right now. As soon as they push out of this, so many different spots to clear. They will be able to take Anko down, but the spike is ticking. About 15 seconds at this point right now. They have to push in at this point, but as soon as they do it, as soon as they step out of that dark cover from Poly, all those bullets will be able to riddle them full. So 6-11, like you said, Omo, I don't like this at all. I've been saying it for the longest time, but they're back on Eco. It's gonna be match point, man.
Playing out this round on Eco is gonna be so rough for Galaxy Racer, and this is just so. It's hard to watch because honestly they're just not doing well on Haven. We hyped them up. We were saying this is their home map. This is something they should be very comfortable on. And to be frank, Oasis are just demolishing them.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Let's be honest. You see that on the bottom of your screen, the round history. 7 straight rounds in a row in the first half. But here we go. Ivory starting things off, and then yeah. Okay, this is perfect. 2 weapons on the ground, they can pick it right up. And of course, they actually pushed the Oasis Gaming forces all the way back towards their side of the map. And through this, Aya looking to inch up front. She's pinging something out. She does get spotted by Stan though, but here comes the blade. That's one. Looking for the second one. Goes back in. The Lear gets shot down and they have to fall back, but still 4v2. Weapons not exactly in their hands. They're playing it safe. Galaxy Racer right now. Just waiting for Oasis to make a move.
Yeah, just some damage down onto Anko there. Oasis do have a little bit of mid control, but what are they gonna do? Are they gonna try to get the plant down towards B right
30
now?
seconds left.
2-on-4.
Placing sentry.
Well, Anko is calling B site clear. They know that Hannah is somewhere around, C-linked, but she's not giving up her position. She's not exposing herself. A lot of noise
hear
being
2
made.
sets of footsteps now.
13 seconds. Spike has to be planted, but here comes the Hunter Fury from
nice.
Yaya.
Spike down B.
Hunter's
5
Fury
seconds
just
remaining.
shuts down the plant. 3 seconds? Not enough.
Tricks fanning the hammer, taking Anko down. It's going to be 7-11. They actually make the eco work. It's a
Yep, they
thrifty
pick up
win.
some rifles. Picking up some rifles is definitely going to be very important for them right there, for their economy, which is getting better now that they managed to save on the cost of 2 rifles on 2 members. Yeah, though, not upgrading. Gonna stay on the Stinger now. That's gonna be curious. Let's see how this one plays out for her.
Turret out.
I would buy if I were in her shoes, to be honest.
Yeah, right? I think so too. It's 7-11. Just buy up. Don't take the risk,
But well, again, depends on the position she's playing, and she sends her owl drone out. Should spot players on the cross. They know that they're in towards sewer right now, and
Nice
Trix will be the one to
Trix.
receive that triple kill. Oh my
No
god, it has to
bullets.
reload. Why is she going back in for the peek? Oh no, and the Marshal actually connects onto Aya. 2v4. Picking up a share for good measure. They back off. And Trix is playing it safe now.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate right there. Trix smelled blood but ran out of bullets, so she had to just back off. And now 2v4 with the Marshal, with the Spectre. What can Oasis Gaming really find right now?
Well, Stan still has a Spectre, and that is a pretty good weapon.
Oh yeah, it's doable for sure. Lambot catches them out though.
Here comes Paranoia. Catches them fully. And
That's a
then
nice
the play comes
line.
in.
That was very nice from Ivory, just catching the both of them full on in the face with the Paranoia. That's gonna be 8-11 for Galaxy. And I think I have to ask, Kentrell, do you believe?
I mean, you kind of have to, right? You know, first it was a thrifty win, and then they have the perfect plays despite Yaya being on a on a stinger.
Yeah.
I think the question, you know, maybe not so much for me, but it's to the fans watching, right? I'm sure we have quite a number of Filipino fans. Do you believe in the Galaxy Racer comeback? It's 8-11. All they need is 3 more rounds. This is not so bad. I'm still a bit scared because it's 1 round away from match point.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's see how they play this. They have to be super disciplined at this point. If they can do the same defenses that Oasis Gaming had, right? Not too aggressive, or when they do aggressive, it's calculated. You have someone to back you up, then it would be good. But here we go, a lot of utility in towards the C side. I think they know this right now, but the Thundersphere will make a big problem. Stan doing whatever she can to ensure their teammates get out the site safely, and they actually do. But Ivory in the one corner, taking out 2 players right now, caught in a reload. It's going to be Muffin who takes her out. The spike should get planted. It is a 3v2, not impossible, and Trix just makes it a lot more difficult, wall banging through the Radiant crates. 2v2 right now, but Genenzi pushes up front, takes Trix square in the face. 1. Yeah, come on, yes! The clutch!
Stan did not know where to look in that situation, and Yaya finds the clutch. 9-11. The comeback seems to be real.
I don't want to jinx it, man. I don't want to jinx
Curse
it.
is a very powerful thing, but Oasis, I think they're not gonna buy up right now. Yeah, it's just gonna be a scuffed half buy. And if you look at the economies on the side of Galaxy Racer, they are pretty rich. Trix even going for the operator right now, yeah. Oh, decides against it. Alright, just baits us a little bit.
I don't know. If she has enough money, she can actually drop the operator on the ground, but I think she's just going for the Phantom right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oasis Gaming go. Muffin! What is this? Already walking on towards B. Doesn't spot anyone yet. Cloudburst goes up. I think Aya should hear this. Come on.
Oh, no.
You know she's there, but oh my gosh, she let her slip and Hannah gets punished for it.
Yeah.
Now into a 4v4.
And it looks like they do just want to play towards a C right now. They do have garage control. Ivory kind of smells this, I think, but she's not very sure as well.
You know, it's just one of those senses. I think hearing is a bigger one. You can almost hear pin drop, but right now, as soon as the peak happens, players get quickly deleted. And then Aya, making up for her, I guess, slipping the net mistake, comes back in now and picks up the 3rd kill in the round to close things out. She makes up for it by finishing off the members of Oasis Gaming. Pretty good. It was very scary. I'm still shaking. The way that Oasis Gaming are playing right now on attack, I mean, even with the eco, so careful, right? Not a single sound to be made. Thankfully, Galaxy Racer just peaked at the right time. But if they continue to play like this, it's still, anything still can happen.
Yeah,
10-11 right now.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer reaching double-digit round scores. This is going to be a little bit scary for Oasis. Something's not working for them. They need to reassess the situation and find out like what they need to be doing instead. And it looks like they're just going to run into A right now. That's their decided play. They spot out the push coming in. Yeah, super low.
Super low, and I think she gets tagged as well. If they wall bang this, they should be able to take her down, and just like that, 3 members are gone from Galaxy Racer. Aya, even in from short, I think she wanted to pull off a bit of a flank, but couldn't quite do anything. 2v4, and it's the 2 agents that just don't quite have enough. I mean, well, Paranoia is good, but it only covers a small area. She has to be careful about this. Goes in, takes the turret out. That's a good start. But you have to isolate the duels. You have to bait them into the one-on-ones. If they peek into you together at the right time, that could be problematic. Hannah actually able to deny the peek. They know Stan is in towards Hell. They go in to take her out, but not enough time at this point already. It's just not good. It's not good at all. They're playing from long, and that's the one position that's all the way at the back. Galaxy Racer, try as they might. Not enough. It's gonna be match point.
Match point here for Oasis Gaming. We said they needed to reassess what was working, what wasn't working, and they figured it out. Let's just hit A.
Yeah, well,
This
they
time
hit
Trix
A.
does have the operator. But they're
I
going
don't know.
C. They kind of just juked them out. I feel like Galaxy Racer are not going to be expecting the C hit at all.
Going back in for a little bit of a
Get out of
jiggle.
my way.
I think
This is so scary.
knowing that the Blade Storm was popped around.
Did he see that?
long, maybe not yet.
Oh, there
but
we go.
that definitely. So smoke comes out. Question is, will Oasis just push past this? And they're definitely looking to make the execute happen. Ivory, paranoia a little bit too early, doesn't graze anyone. And look at where Cannon Z is positioned. Oh, this could be a big problem.
Oh, this is actually huge. No one was watching Garage, and Cannon Z is always. It seems like they suspected though. Just get straight.
What? Oh no, things are
That should not
falling
happen,
apart.
yeah.
Tricks, tough as it is, retaking with the operator right now. Hannah has to do all the work. Lockdown getting deployed at this time just pushes them in towards C long. I mean, if Tricks can actually, with the Vandal right now, take them down towards C long, it could work, but look at what Stan is doing, prepping for the recon. They're just looking to peek off of this. Here it comes. Hannah watching it. She's able to take the first one down. Sticks
she's
a
sticking it.
defuse. Stan won't
they're
be
gonna
able
get
to
it.
do much, but look at where Muffin is positioned. Wants to go in. Oh,
Wait.
Hannah sticks the defuse and sticks the landing as well. The fourth kill in the round for this girl. 11 to 12. She keeps her team alive.
Yeah, this one is a little bit too close to comfort for either of these teams. It's a little bit too intense right here. But Galaxy Racer, they bring it to 11. One more round and they can tie this one up. Conversely, Oasis Gaming, they only need one more round to close out the second map and bring us to a third. I can't really tell you who's gonna take it, but I can tell you that Oasis Gaming's economy is not the best right now. You see a Bulldog, you see a Sheriff, whereas Galaxy Racer, they have 4 buys, and we'll have to see how this is gonna pan out for each team.
Still though, Galaxy Racer hasn't been able to push anyone off of executes. Once Oasis Gaming dumps a load of utility in towards a site, Galaxy Racer don't have the greatest time holding on to the sites itself. So B seems like the play. That's at least where they're heading towards, Oasis Gaming right now. Lear comes in, they take out the turret, immediately backing off. If they can bait rotates onto another site, it might be good, but it looks like they just want to make this site their home.
Yeah, they have B right now, like it's fully theirs. How is the retake gonna come in from Galaxy Racer? It's a 5v5 in a tightly choked site.
It's a good one too, because 180 angles on both A and C link. Depends on where Oasis Gaming position themselves, and right now they're all up towards, some garage, mainly mid. Muffin's the only one on site, and that's around the back. She gets double peeked and she gets taken out. Tricks coming in from mid right now, will be able to make it stick.
Last one standing.
Aqua though, pushing past Smoke, and thankfully Ivory will be the one to cover for her teammates who are going into overtime.
Oh boy, here we go. This is exactly what happened the last time these two teams faced off as well. We had overtime between Galaxy Racer and Oasis. Ultimately, the last time they faced off, despite the overtime, Galaxy Racer took it down 2-0. Is it gonna happen here today? Are we gonna get a repeat of history?
I don't know, man. It could. Oasis Gaming certainly have the, somewhat the advantage right now on defense. They were performing extremely well, but Galaxy Racer have the momentum, and swapping over onto attack. Take a look at the bottom of your screen, right? That's the side that they had the worst performance on.
Yep.
But
both of these teams not having a good time on attack, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's see, Galaxy. They need executes. They need to find a way onto side and then to defend it. But right now, playing it slow, playing it steady, they get a little bit of information out towards the A side, and you see Oasis Gaming immediately scrambling. They're still hanging around the back of A. A lot of Killjoy utility though, and that's the main thing that Galaxy needs to look out for right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're probing very hard towards A, not committing anything just yet. They have someone at C, they have someone at B, they're just covering all their angles, making sure they're not gonna get surprised, but it looks like at the end of the day, the execute is... I'm just trying to wait and see what they do, but it looks like they will decide on going to A.
Yeah, I think they hear the turret. If someone can actually make a little bit of noise, like, in towards C, it might just bait the rotate from
Rotates
Oasis.
are coming to A, the rotates coming to
Yeah,
A, this is
it's
not
coming
good.
back, and here it comes, the execute. I think it's a little bit too late. 3 players on site to deal with. Can they actually do this? Nanoswarm onto their feet. It's gonna be tough, but they make their way onto site regardless. Cannon Z, though, looking to close out Sewer. She gets tagged up through the walls. Stan coming in from the side. She's able to take down 2. Yeah, makes it a trade, and here it comes. Muffin looking to put a stop to this madness. Will not be able to do that because of Yaya. 2v2, but she's down to 3 HP. A single bullet through the box and she's dead. She's still looking to make the plant stick though.
Spike planted.
Gets it down. Does not. I don't think they know that Bite is here.
She has Hunter's Fury,
Yeah,
but I
she
don't
should
think
be
she's gonna
backing
get to
off.
use it.
Oh god. Here comes the peek. She's dead. Hannah, can you do this?
A little bit early on the Lanos Mom right there, and there we go. That's just gonna be the defuse. They get the plant, but it's not gonna be enough here for Galaxy Racer. That's so unfortunate. I think the execute is just too slow. They were trying to bait people to B, trying to bait people to C, but they weren't making
Switching
enough
sides.
noise. They weren't getting the attention of Oasis, and that means that when you push A, people already stacked on it. Oasis Gaming were already expecting it, and it just didn't pan out.
Exactly, man. Omo, you said it all. We saw it on the minimap. 3 players to deal with on the A side, and they made the trades even. At the end of it, it was a 2v2, but it's one that heavily favors Oasis just because Yaya was down to 3 HP. If Yaya, I don't know, maybe maybe if she backed off, right? Then the Hunter's Fury could have been useful, but too low, and I think she just got frozen with fear, had to stay on the site, and it just didn't work out. So here we go.
If she could play
swapping the
post one,
sides.
that would have been huge with the Hunter's Fury on overtime. I think that would have made the world of difference. But yeah, like you mentioned, didn't have the time for it. Frozen with fear. And let's see how Oasis Gaming are going to play this one out on attack. Going towards A as well.
A little bit, yeah. They're headed towards A. But look at how Galaxy Racer are playing. It's a little bit different. Killjoy setups are in towards B, some garage. Trix is the only one on the A site. And as soon as she gets information, goes in for the repeat, gets punished. A site, just like that, leaked. 4v5 now. I don't like this, Omo.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Galaxy Racer. The retake is not going to be easy at all. They're just stuck because it's A. We talked about this, right? A is one of the hardest sites to retake. And I want to point out real quick, look at Muffin. She's going for a game-winning play right here, dashing all the way down to B.
Even if she wasn't there, exactly. Here it comes. Anko just repositioning herself, dancing back and forth. Hannah's looking for it, but doesn't quite know where. And then Muffin comes in from A-Link. That's it. Oasis Gaming, 14-12. They take map number 2.
And you know what that means? That means we're going to map 3. We're going to Ascent in this series. Last time they faced off, we keep bringing this up. It was a 2-0. It was a close 2-0, but it was a 2-0. This time around, though, going to map 3, that means, Oasis Gaming, they've definitely gone back to the drawing board. They are definitely shaking things up a little bit. And this is, honestly, today's performance from them was brilliant. Like, they went to Haven, which was Galaxy Racer's map pick, and they just put on a clinic on it. Well done to Oasis Gaming. That was fantastic from them.
Absolutely fantastic. I think it started off on Icebox. Both sides were kind of, somewhat of opposites, right? Galaxy Racer, they're very methodical, quite safe, quite tactical. They don't peek too much when it's unnecessary. Meanwhile, Oasis Gaming, you saw it, like, players like Muffin, Anko, sometimes they just go in too deep, sometimes a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too greedy. But this time around on Haven, on a map that is, I guess, maybe a little bit smaller, Oasis Gaming just played a lot more disciplined, a lot more safe. So many times on defense, they weren't just peeking for no reason. Or when they did, they had a teammate to back them up. On the other hand, though, Galaxy Racer, it's just, I know the need for information, but when you go in for uh, re-peaks and re-aggressing the same angles, and you know that there are players there, you're just gonna get punished. It's very, very unlucky, very unfortunate, and they kind of sought sides, man. So I don't know what to expect for Ascent. It's
Yep.
so close. 13-11 was the end of the first map. 14-12 was the end of the second. What's gonna be the score for the third?
Oh, I don't know, but I can tell you it's going to be close, and I suspect overtime might be in the works here. It's definitely possible. But with that said, we're going to be heading into a quick little break, but when we come back, we're going to be bringing you the third and final match of the lower bracket finals between Galaxy Racer and Oasis Gaming. And we are back with the Valorant Game Changers Open, and I'm your Costa Omo. With me here is Hey, I'm Quack. We just saw a very exciting previous two games between Galaxy Racer and Oasis Gaming. Both games went the way of the ones that didn't choose the map, which is something that's a little bit crazy when you think about it. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that both of these teams highly proficient on all the maps available. And I also think, like, you know, maybe form and maybe mentality plays into it a little bit. We do see both of these teams, when they get rolling, when they get hot, they really just run away with it. And that's something I think we really need to look out for going into map 3, which is going to be Ascent.
Yeah, map 3 Ascent. I really don't know what to expect after such a performance on Haven. I mean, you know, logically speaking, logically thinking, you see them pick a map like Haven, especially if it's Galaxy Racer picking that map. They should be the ones walking away with a win, but unfortunately,
In theory,
they just weren't able to close it out. You know, they pushed us into overtime, but it still wasn't enough. I mean, if we take a look at map statistics, Oasis Gaming has played Haven a total of 8 times, winning 7 out of those 8, which is pretty good. And Galaxy Racer, they've played Haven 9 times, winning 6. So this just evens things out in terms of map statistics for now. But I don't know. It really doesn't really inspire confidence for me moving in towards Ascent. You see it in the statistics, right? I mean, every single one of the players are getting frags here and there and whatnot, but when it comes down to it, when there's pressure applied, I think some players might be starting to crack. You know, it's positive KDs all throughout on Oasis Gaming's side, but Galaxy Racer, it's a little bit of a difference. Both Reynas are the MVPs. I mean, duelists, that is to be expected. But if you think towards the end of the map, there were times that, you know, it's just some maybe unnecessary peaks here and there from some players, and it bites them in the back. It's very unfortunate, but hopefully Ascent will be different. I think, Omo, we should remind everyone of the prizes at stake.
Oh yeah,
the positions at stake, because whoever wins this, first of all, you get to move into the grand finals, but second of all, we got a $5,000 prize pool, man.
Yeah, normally people, when you talk about moving to the grand finals, when you talk about getting to play for top 2, it's usually a good thing. But in FSL Open, when your reward for getting to finals is you have to play against A Celeste, it gets a little bit iffy. But yeah, definitely a lot of things to play for. You have the bragging rights at stake. These two teams, I would say, they're fierce competitors, maybe even rivals, you could say, because they are often teams facing off in the lower bracket finals. So there's a lot at stake here, definitely. Prize pool is definitely a huge part of it as well. But just a reminder that we already have the 3 teams who are going to be seeded into FSL Elite. And unfortunately, Oasis Gaming is not going to be one of them. We do have Galaxy Racer, Renatus White, and AE Celeste who will already be seeded through directly. So this is just primarily focused on this Open. They want to prove, or the Oasis Gaming want to prove, that they are one of the top teams and they can take down Galaxy Racer, and that's going to give them a lot of confidence going into overtime.
Oh my god, for sure. I mean, I can definitely see them as one of the teams to make it and qualify through overtime in towards FSL Elite. But then again, FSL Elite, you know, if Oasis Gaming meet Galaxy Racer once more, what's going to happen then? I mean, if we take a look at the brackets, I'm probably not going to do that right now, but just to mention it real quick, Galaxy Racer was the team that sent Oasis Gaming into the lower brackets, and right now they're kind of having a tough time dealing with them. I mean, it's a little bit strange, but this is going to be the third map. It is Ascent. It is Oasis Gaming's map pick. So coming into this, I don't know, man. Asia selection, I'm not quite sure what to expect. Yeah, there you have it. So, round 2, upper bracket semifinals. That's Galaxy Racer 2-0 over Oasis Gaming. And then right now, match 13 in the lower bracket finals, we have a 1-1 for now.
Yep.
And it's scary, man.
Definitely. I mean, it's anyone's game from what we've seen. Both of the last 2 maps were so close. Going into map 3, I could definitely see either of these teams taking it. And a quick side note, in match 12, we actually did see Oasis knock out Renatus White, who are one of the seeded teams to Elite. They are one of the top 3 teams in terms of points earned so far. So Oasis Gaming definitely no slouches as well, and they're looking like heavy contenders to be one of the top few teams at FSL Elite.
Yeah, they've definitely proven themselves in my book for sure.
Yeah.
But you talk about teams, maybe agent compositions. I think it's a good thing to note the players as well, right? Oasis Gaming, this is I think the first tournament playing with 2 new players, and that's I believe Polly as well as Anko. I'm not too. Yeah, no, it's Polly and Canoncy.
Yeah.
They got picked up from other Thai teams. This is the first time they're playing together, and they've actually, adjusted quite comfortably.
Oh yeah.
On the other hand, Galaxy Racer might be having some. I'm not sure. They've got a 6th player, and right now, they are subbing out Yaya for Baby Aluka in this final map. Could this be what they need just to close this out 2-1?
Yeah, I think it's always helpful to have a 6th man available that you can swap in and out. Now, whether it's due to tactical adjustments due to the map, like whether they just want Baby Aluka in for specific agents, for specific strategies on Ascent, or whether it's just to give the team a fresh boost, a fresh energy, that's always going to be very helpful in these long series, especially when we've seen the last 2 maps be just so close. I think it's extremely important that you just bring in someone fresh, someone who has been setting out the games, has the energy available, and hopefully Baby Aluka is the change that Galaxy Racer need to bring them across the finish line.
Hopefully, right? I mean, pop a Phoenix down or something,
Yeah.
revive your teammate, and then hopefully, with a renewed energy, right? Because Baby Aluka hasn't played at all today. Maybe, it could help them out, but we'll have to wait and see whether that happens. For now, Ascent. I mean, we saw how Haven played. We saw how Icebox played. Any thoughts about how this one could play out?
This one is going to be a hard one to call because I think like every team plays Ascent, right? That's something that we always talk about. Every team is comfortable playing on Ascent, and that's one of the maps that we see all the time. To the point where, honestly, I'm even a little bored of seeing Ascent. But that's fine because what matters is how the players play on it, right? The map itself doesn't quite matter. That's secondary. I think the primary focus for us to really look at here in Ascent is going to be fragging power, and I think that that's going to be the key to map 3. After, we had a long grueling series, these players are definitely going to be tired. Who's the one that can really focus and center themselves and get the key frags on this map? I think that that's going to be the team that takes it.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know, maybe in a tiny break, Trix went off to play her piano just to calm herself down a little. And I don't know, you listen to some mental music, right? Like get some Joe Hisaishi, I don't know, what some piano songs in your head just to okay, center yourself. It's going to be cool. It's Ascent, Smap 3, we got this. But at the same time, Oasis Gaming, judging by their performance on Haven, they've certainly got this. It's just how actually they're going to play on this map alone. There are times, even, I think, if I'm not wrong, last month, Anko, despite playing on a different team, she still does her thing, very sneaky. You even see it on Haven sometimes. Despite playing, Duelist, Reina, she goes in for these very sneaky, lurky plays. On defense, sometimes you'll see her pushing up Catwalk. On attack, who knows? Her team might be on A, but she's going to be lurking somewhere around B main. And that's, again, something that Galaxy Racer has to be wary of. They have to look out for these plays. They have to read them perfectly, because if not, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you actually brought up Trix, and I want to call back to that point a little bit, because on Haven, which we constantly emphasize, is their map pick. This is Galaxy Racer's map pick. I feel like they were getting read by Oasis Gaming. Their pushes were predictable, and they weren't ready when Oasis Gaming were the ones pushing it to them. And I feel like Trix, as the leader of this team, has to really find some sort of readjustment, and I think, like you mentioned, right, has to calm himself down and be ready going into Ascent.
Yeah, this is one where You know, everyone says for all the marbles, they gotta
Yeah,
make this
definitely.
account. Again, so just to set the context, Oasis Gaming picked Ascent. That means Galaxy Racer will be starting out on defense, Oasis attacking on the other side. Looking at Asia compositions, though, interestingly enough, Polly going with the Astra, Canon Z still tried and true Killjoy, but there we have it. The rest of the squad, Ivory instead, yeah, opting for that Omen. This is, I believe, the same ish lineup that Galaxy Racer played on Icebox, perhaps with the exception of maybe Yaya or, well, Baby Alka right now. First it was a Sage, this time it's a
Choose your agent.
Cypher. So I don't know. This is, it's just gonna clash, and we're gonna see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. I think the one that we definitely want to be looking out for here is gonna be the Astra. I feel like Astra is super effective on Ascent because both sides, if you're pushing in through main, if you don't have mid control and you're going through main, Astra can just control that choke point so extremely well. And personally, if you ask me, I'm a little bit more fond of Oasis Gaming's agent lineup so far. It's a bit more aggressive, which is fine because I do believe they are on attack. I like the Raze as well, because even on defense, Raze really lets you control all of these choke points that we're talking about here.
Yeah, one boombot in, and
Oh,
if
yeah.
it doesn't get shot down, that's a big problem. At the same time, the way that Trix has been playing Raze, especially on Icebox, the way she uses her paint shells, not just for damage, but mainly area denial, it's a very effective tool. One paint shells in towards a spot like, B main, the mouth of A main, your rush, or anything else that you throw at them, it's going to be stopped. So you got to think twice before you rush, and I don't see Oasis Gaming doing that so far. At the same time, they also have a Raze. They have the option to blast pack onto sites,
Yeah.
so that's something that Galaxy Race has to look out for. But just real quick to mention the prize pool again, third place is $800 US. Second place is $1,200 US. Of course, supported and
Nice
brought to
little
you by our
boost.
sponsors, Intel and Yahoo. But that's the difference. That's what they're fighting for here. And at the same time, it is the spot for the grand finals. Right now, Muffin, Oasis Gaming, just taking out the turret, burning a little bit of utility from Galaxy Racer. They're looking to make this B split happen. And look at Anko. What did I say? She's doing those sneaky plays.
Definitely. Anko already so far up in mid, I don't think anyone's gonna expect this, but how much of it is them her being sneaky and Galaxy Racer not covering where they should be, and Anko's gonna be facing off right now. Picks up Aya.
And all of a sudden, you see it on the minimap, Ivory had to turn back for a second, and because of that, Baby Alka was the only one on site, couldn't hold off anyone else, and that just collapsed. Galaxy
Oh my
Racer
goodness.
unable to defend the B side. All that's left is Hannah, all the way from spawn. 5
Yep.
players to deal with, and she only has a classic no shields. Her utility is all for intelligence. It's not gonna be enough. Here's the footsteps. Wants to
Oh,
go for the
man.
right click spot. Anko. They're hopping all around as well. They got taken out. And Oasis with a flawless victory on Pistol.
It was a slaughter that was flawless for Oasis, and if that's a sign of things to come, then I'm not feeling good for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, it's opposites, man. Oasis super confident. Galaxy Racer, I can't help but imagine, what is it like in that gaming room that they have? What is it like on their comms? Are they okay? Because they need to be centered, like you said, Omo. So right now, upgraded pistols. We got a couple of frenzies, one shorty, well, a couple of shorties as well. But I don't have high hopes for this one.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good start for the side of Galaxy Racer, but I think it's not too bad just yet. They're probably able to tell themselves, you know what, it's just a pistol. Let's focus on the next few rounds, guys. And it looks like it's going to be an execute with a 4-on-5 here.
Oh my gosh, and it's just going in. I actually able to make it a little bit of a trade though, but the shorties in the face of Muffin. Just like that, they pick up a couple of weapons, maybe. One Spectre, not too bad, but 3 players being that low, I don't like those odds. I would hand that Spectre off to Ivory, but right now she is dead because Stan is holding her ground, and the rest of the squad just streaming in one by one. Trix will not be able to do too much, so 2-0 start. This is standard for Oasis Gaming, but let's see if Galaxy Racer can actually make their full buy work.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. Oasis Gaming, they just shut down Galaxy Racer despite a couple nice attempts at the frag. I feel like Oasis here, yeah, they're probably going to be on some half buys because they want to make sure that whether they win or lose this round, they'll be able to have full buys going to the next round. And if they do win this round, then they get nice little upgrades courtesy of Galaxy Racer. So I think it's a pretty good start to the game coming in from Oasis, but it's just the first round, just the first 2 rounds. So,
ooh, already a little bit. Marshall's shot missed, but we do have Aqua getting tagged up. So it's a nice way to start things off, and yes, economy is something that you have to think about, but
There.
I don't want Galaxy Racer dropping a single member because it's going to be costly if they want to rebuy into the next. So right now, they're playing it safe. They are, I mean, just look at their positions. Not really aggressively pushing up, not peeking too much, but Aya's position is a little bit precarious. She will be the first to get all of this information in towards mid if anyone from Oasis does elect to go in.
yeah, they really don't want to be losing these rivals on the side of Galaxy Racer. I think that's the big thing here. You need to win the round, and you need to win the round and keep the guns. That's the important thing right now.
Okay, yeah.
Damage.
Hold on to your guns, please. And right now, it's going to
lot
be
of
a push past Catwalk in towards Garden. They know this is happening, but okay, she's right on the edge of that gravity well. She's okay.
Wait, they get the
Come on.
plant?
Seconds left.
Yeah, they actually just walked past the door. They got the spike down, but Galaxy Racer, they have the guns. This should be doable for them. Here comes Baby Alka, spring down, takes Muffin away. There is a turret on top of the generator though, and that is quite annoying to deal with, but all they gotta do is just burst it down. They know one player is over by Hell. Where's the second one? Over by generator.
Player standing.
Aya goes into check and she gets the headshot. Cannon Z is going to drop. And there it is, the flawless victory from Galaxy Racer to answer back to the first 2 rounds of Oasis.
That's exactly what you need here from the side of Galaxy Racer. Like we keep saying, you need to keep the guns as well as the added factor. You need to make sure that your mental state is good because this is likely going to be a long one, and it's already been a 2 previous games before this. So one quick thing I want to point out about Agents as well is I like seeing Trix back on race. I think she's super effective on this agent. I think she does a lot of work, creates a lot of space, and I have high hopes for what they can do if they really get rolling on the side of Galaxy Racer.
Oh yeah, man. Well, high hopes. Sometimes you gotta have high hopes for a living. Sometimes you gotta shoot for the stars. You can't make a killing. And hopefully, Galaxy Racer will be able to make the killing happen on towards Oasis Gaming, but we'll have to see what happens. For now, Oasis Gaming, they do have the full buys back, and they are fully capable of doing some damage as well. So right now, look at the positions that they have. Anko, always so sneaky, lurking in towards mid. If someone from Galaxy Racer tries to rotate past A, that's going to be painful. But right now, the main thing is Oasis, they need to be able to break open the B site. Polly, she does have her stars. She hasn't deployed them yet, but here they come. In towards market, in towards spawn. And oh my god, Anko getting caught out by Aya. Does not let her flank happen. Here it comes as well, Baby Alka just holding from the back of Boathouse, actually able to stave off any aggression, but Stan answers back with a double kill of her own. She's still alive, Baby Alka. A little bit low, but she has done enough. All that's left right now is Cannon Z in a 1v2, spike not planted. How do you deal with this? Goes into isolate one duel, gets a headshot, but then pulls out her utility. Tricks. So quick with the peak, will be able to take the second win for her team. We're at 2-2, Omo.
Yeah, and I think Trix holding onto Wine Gun, that's not the biggest deal, but the main thing is they shut down Oasis's full buy. And if you look at their economy right now, it's a bit of a rough one. They're gonna have to eco again, and this just might be the start of Galaxy Racer starting to pull away.
Well, certainly it should be 3-2. Looks like for Galaxy Racer at the very least, but now they're feeling maybe a little bit confident, a little bit aggressive. They're getting so much information into towards Gelato, thanks to the recon ball from Hannah. They know it's an A hit at this point. And Aya quickly dismissing Muffin, plus Hannah to back things up. All they have to worry about right now is aim main, instant dismissal of the Leer. They spray the bullets. It's all up to Polly, but as soon as she walks into this, a firing squad is what she will face. Does take Trix down though, yeah.
She shouldn't have been able to even find one right there, but that's, a bit of a consolation prize. And here we're going to go with full buys once again for Oasis. I like the little crossfire going on between, I think it was Aya and Hannah on shot right there. That was a really nice team play. Just, covering each other, looking out for your teammates. Make sure you do that. And I think things are looking good for Galaxy Racer right now.
Pretty good. But the question is, Oasis Gaming, they won the first 2 rounds. How do they win now that Galaxy Racer is holding on to their full buys? At first, the B pushes worked out pretty nicely, but I think Anko wanted to do the same thing. She's getting red at this point, and Muffin, with a quick peeks, instantly taking Baby Alaka out. All Killjoy utilities being deactivated is going to be a big advantage. Cosmic Divide going up as well right now. Yeah, they're going to have to worry about this. Ivory, though, still alive. That is another problem that they have to deal with. And Aya just making use of the Cosmic Divide, peeking out of it, finding another kill. She separates the pack from the Wolves. And Oasis Gaming right now starting to look a little bit dismantled. But take a look at the mini-map. Look at what Polly's doing. Spike is getting delivered to A. Oh my
no
God.
way she expects this, right? Oh, she actually does, because she realizes no one's planting a B.
Anko?
Spike planted.
Oh, no,
Does
she's
she
so loud,
expect
though.
Anko?
Oh. No! She was checking the corners, but I think she got a little bit too flustered there in 1v2 with not much time to work with. And that's going to be Oasis Gaming tying this one up. We said it was going to be a close one, and it's neck and neck right now.
What do you
My
need?
God, close indeed. It doesn't even cut it because these teams are just, taking maps back off each other again and again. And right now it's rounds. It's a smart play from Oasis Gaming that won them that round, but sometimes those tricks can only work once or twice. It was a quick rotation from Holly that made it work. At the same time, Anko this time a little bit more disciplined, able to catch Aya off guard. Will the same thing happen? I don't think so. This time just swapping things up a little bit, maybe a bit of an A split, pushing up A short, but my God, what a shot from Aya. Where did that come from?
Yeah, just finding the kills that they should not be able to right now. But Galaxy Racer, look at Aya. She's going to be pushing out. I think if she finds them in mid, this could be a bit of a bloodbath.
There goes. Okay, at the very least, they break open the door. Baby Alaka opting to go back through spawn instead, and right now Muffin just going in with a drive-by using the showstopper to take Ivory out. They want to cut them off on the rotates, ensure that they won't be able to stop them with the plant on the site itself. But Oasis Gaming still playing a little bit careful. What?
Nice.
Muffin gets the first flick, gets traded. 2v2 right now, but Cannon Z is super low.
Yeah, they do get the plant down and the Killjoy ulti. This might... Okay, well, I was going to say this might be winnable after all. But, yeah, Cannon Z just gets taken down with the headshot wallbang right there. And it's going to be just the round getting closed out by Galaxy Racer. They do commit the lockdown, but I think it's worth it. Because when a game is neck and neck like this, you really need to be finding the leads to pull ahead.
You failed.
And this is Galaxy Racer finding that lead. So I think it has to be noted that Hannah, despite being, usually we see Yeya and Baby Alka, at least that was last month, but this time Hannah coming into the team, her recon bolts have been very, very effective. I mean, you see 3 assists on the scoreboard for now, but it's only going to keep going up and up. Compared to Stan, on the other hand, her recon bolt, her owl drones on the attacking side has not been that useful to her team. In fact, I think Oasis Gaming, if they want to make their way onto sites, they need to start coming in with a little bit more execute-heavy setups. For now, they're just looking for picks, and it's not working out for them. With the eco especially right now, it's not going to be easy. Galaxy Racer looking to play a little bit more aggressive this time. Look at them pushing out a B main. They're going to find Cannon Z as well as Polly. Whoa! But here comes Sheriff. Still gets one square in the face. And then Naya comes in from Catwalk. 3 players remaining on... Oh, well, yeah. Still 3 players remaining on the side of Oasis Gaming. But Polly is super low.
Yeah, Polly is low, gets the kills, but did not manage to pick up the guns, is what hurts a little bit. If she had an upgrade right here, maybe could give it over to Stan, could give it over to Ankle, that might be super helpful for Oasis Gaming. It's still a 3-on-4, so it's definitely a winnable round for them. It's just, it seems like they're a little bit stuck in mid right now. Like, what will they do? What can they do is the question here.
Well, creeping up A short, maybe? There was a little bit of a drop. Triggs just going for the jiggles. Now she gets the information. But whoa! Marshall headshot! That's going to be painful. All of a
There's
sudden,
no
it's
way they win
equalized
this on the
3v3. Still, though, Polly is really late with the spike getting delivered through short. It's not going to be an easy fight ahead of them because they have the ultimates up as well. Aya is looking in for it. And here comes Hannah with the Vandal. Wall bang through the head. 5-3. It's starting to shape up to be a big lead on Galaxy Racer's side. Oasis Gaming, on the other hand, though, off that eco, now they'll be able to full buy back into the game. They made it a little bit costly for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's a bit of a consolation prize, but you take what you can get. You need the round wins at this point. But on a full eco, taking away 3 guns, as well as the Blade Storm from Aya, that's not the worst start to the round.
Don't overthink it. That's my
Whether or not it'll actually help them out, though, that's what I'm wondering. Because look at the economy. I mean, some of the players still have quite a bit to work with. On the other side, Oasis, they really, really need this round. Otherwise, it's back to the eco for them. So here it comes. 1 paint shells to start things off. And then the Leer, then the pushes come in. But the paranoia from Ivory. Oh my god. Anko, separated from his squad, gets deleted.
Ooh.
And then Muffin. That is... Nah. That 3v5. No.
No, it's probably not too winnable for Oasis at this point. But Galaxy Racer, they seem to be finding the footing, right? I know I've said this a couple rounds ago as well, but it seems like this round they feel a bit more reinvigorated, and it seems like they have a bit more energy coming to this map. It's just so curious, because when these teams are not playing on their own map pick, they look to play better.
I know what you mean, but right now, the things that stand out to me, Galaxy Racer, despite this not being their map pick, they have so much map control. Look at where Aya is positioned. But the main thing is that Oasis Gaming play super disciplined, super sneaky, not
30
a
seconds
single
left.
peep. If I just keep quiet right now, you can hear a pin drop. And because of this, they're not quite sure where the Oasis players are. But Trix goes in with her jiggle again, wants to repeat this, times it carefully, knowing that there could be a double peek in happening. Polly is able to take Ivory out, but the main forces have been destroyed. And that's why, down to 5 seconds, Polly is going to save.
Yeah, Polly is going to save. I think they are trying to hunt Polly down, but I think she's a bit too far right now. So she's probably good right now. 4 guns left on side of Galaxy Racer. Their economy is starting to be built, and I think that's super important for them. And I want to really quickly point out Aya sitting at the top of the leaderboards for Galaxy Racer. She was a little bit slow in the previous map in Haven, but she seems to be finding her footing here. So on this Jet, on this Duelist, it's definitely going to be super beneficial for the side of Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, it's lovely to see when Galaxy Racer, when they're feeling themselves, when they're happy and they're confident, they are able to come in with huge winning streaks. Only thing is, they have to keep this up because Oasis Gaming are no slouches. Right now, they might have an eco, but the only thing is, once they find these...
what?
Well, that's...
That is
Look
illegal,
at that. That's how
man.
you
That is
mantle.
crazy. It was a moving wallbang headshot.
Just go in, straight shooting, and it's not as perfect, but still, when you fade away like that, and your opponents don't quite have the shields that they need, yeah, it's good, it's good. Polly, though, does have a hero Vandal. It could work, but they need to push in as a team, and right now, the stragglers, right? It's always these, that's why it works out when you're on defense. Hold the angles, go in for the pre-aimed strafe shots, and Hannah is just able to spray in towards Cannon Z right now. They're trying to stream onto site, but without much utility, they're just going to be separated from each other. Polly with the rifle, though, actually able to take Aya down, but it's not enough as Trix comes in from the trade. And then Stan, it's still not enough.
Yeah.
They need to push in together. What we're seeing from Oasis right now, every time they try to do so, there's no coordinated execute, right? At first, it's maybe one person in towards A main, they get picked off. One person in towards A short, they get picked off. And the rest of the team are just kind of, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, they're definitely faltering, and I think that Oasis Gaming, they really need to find a couple of rounds or a couple of frags to get their hits into the game. Because if you look at Galaxy Racer, they are on fire right now, as Marquise likes to call it. They've got the hot hands, they're hitting these shots, which is just so nice, so clean and crisp. I think, you know, at the way things are going, if nothing changes up, Galaxy Racer might just run away with this one.
Oh no. I'd urge Muffin to think twice about this. The rest of the team, I mean, they're so spread thinly across the map. I mean, map control is a thing, but without the frags that they need, without the picks that they're looking for, they won't be able to get onto site. In fact, B right now, being heavily fortified by 3 players plus Killjoy utilities, I don't think that's the play. Muffin still just trying to make a little bit of noise.
Okay,
but Cannon Z finding the opening pick on towards A just signals the push in from her team right now. Spike being delivered. It's going to be Trix that signals to rotate for her team as well. She holds the off angle and
Trix.
Cannon Z slides out. And Aya finding the other as well. They're all starting to drop like flies. It's the same thing happening again, Omo.
Yeah, just individually, I think Galaxy Racer are just hitting these shots, and they're just too on form right now. Trix with the nice little headshot, flicks right back around, takes out Pauly. Is looking really poised to lead a team to the win here.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness, it's just a slaughter.
Yeah. When you got
Last
Trix,
round
you
before
know,
the
they
switch.
got the information, they know where they're hitting, they know where they're holding. Just playing the off angles like what Trix is doing, it's very, very tough for Oasis to push in. They need someone like Anko to be with them to flash in. Otherwise, they're just kind of dry peeking everything.
Yeah, they're trying to find too many angles. They're trying to do too many things at once. I completely agree with that. Like, Anko was always off by herself. A lot of the members on the side of Oasis, it seems like they're just trying to find individual picks. But I agree, I feel like they just need to put the stars down and go for a team play, go for a push together, use the flash, and just execute.
Where is the execute? That's the question. So here it comes.
You want to fight it?
A little bit of a utility being spent for now, and there is the ultimate. There's the Cosmic Divide. There's the Hunter's Fury, and then the push comes in. Just like that, Galaxy Racer, they make their rotates happen, but the spike should still be planted safely. They gotta worry about this, though. This is a very costly round for Oasis. It's 3 ultimates are getting spent. It is the last round of the first half, but Muffin coming up huge with a flank all the way from Garden. She's able to take 2 down, but Trix makes it an instant trade. 3v4 retake still possible for Galaxy. They're looking for this. Aya just making sure that no one's hiding around the back anymore. Let's see.
We do have the
Galaxy Racer
showstopper. I feel like this is doable. If she knows the angles they're in, Trix can maybe find something here.
She still has enough time. There it comes. Showstopper goes in, connects onto 1, but Aya will not be able to do what she wants to from Garden. All that's left is Ivory, and she is getting denied by a gravity well as well. At this point, there's not enough time. Let's see if she can find a couple more frags.
Maybe she can make them die to the spike. There we go. That's
Doesn't
one.
matter.
That's 2.
End of the
All right.
first half. 4-8.
It's a consolation prize. I think you take that. You know, you're not able to win the round. Oh wait, yeah, they swap sides. It's fine if they die to the spike. Yeah, okay. It's been a long day. It's been a long series. And what do you think? 4-8. Do you think this is enough? We talk about buffer space, and we talk about, like, you know, you need to make sure. Sure, you're going on defenders now, but is 4 rounds enough to work with here?
It's not impossible. That's the thing.
Of course.
It's always a little bit daunting at first.
Yeah.
But if Oasis can actually win this pistol round, then you would start to believe, right? Because, you know, winning the pistol, you would mean that should be a 6 to 8 score line. But it is Galaxy Racer after all, and given the fact that they are having the hot hands right now, I mean, they might have lost that last round, but look at the bottom of your screen. It's 5 straight rounds in a row that they won. So, should be good, but let's see what happens. A little bit of aggression, and there is Anko just being a little bit greedy. Aim duels, and she suffers for it, down to 12 HP. If she can find someone with a, I don't know, an assist, an off-angle shot, she could overheal, but a little bit over-inquisitive, gets punished. And here it comes. A site is open.
The side is indeed open. They're in already. They get the plan down. Nice look from Baby Alika. I really like that one. Punishes the rotations coming to mid. And now Baby Alika is behind them. There we go, gets another.
Oh no, might have been behind, but she does get taken out. Muffin and Stan, let's see if they can actually retake this. It's not gonna be easy. Dark covers, the door is in their way as well. Hannah holding the ankle, doesn't quite connect it, but Aya makes it a trade. Muffin right now just feeling the full force and weight of Galaxy Racer upon her shoulders. It just crumbles. 4 to 9.
4 to 9.
This could be 10-4.
Yeah, because they're going to be on equal right now on the side of Oasis. Galaxy Racer, if they take this 10-4, that sounds like a daunting task for Oasis. And honestly, they put on a really good performance in the last 2 maps, but I feel like Oasis are kind of running out of steam right here.
Oh man. 10-4, copy that, but Oasis, sure, perhaps they give this round away. I still want to believe, though. Only thing is, they gotta be a little bit more careful. They have to do what they did on Haven. Not sure why they're not doing it anymore. This time they're getting a little bit antsy. You see how they are peeking back and forth sometimes. Muffin gets the information, but the team's rotating and it's a little bit slow. Polly just making sure that no one's flanking in from Garden. It is good. And with that check, they should know that everyone's coming in from A main. I don't like Muffin being alone on the side. Oh, Galaxy Racer rotating.
Yeah, Muffin being alone on side might actually work out. Oh, then again, they are just going to hit it through mid.
No.
Yeah, that's one quick kill for Aya. She's been so aggressive and she's been finding the shots like that.
Amazing. That's what you get to do with a Spectre, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hold W. Left click. Hold. You're able to find the frags. 2 players now from Heaven.
Planted.
It's the plant as well. Oh, okay. We see the shotty shots coming a little bit close to Stan.
It's a warning shot. Stay off my
for
lawn,
sure.
you kids.
Ooh.
And right now,
The jumping shotty.
oh jeez. Style points for sure, but 1v5. If she can do a little bit of extra damage, I still feel pretty good, but not even. My god, Tricks, so merciless.
I don't know if you noticed that, but when they came into the side and they killed Muffin hiding in the corner, Trix picked up her shotty and got 2 kills with it. That's just insane. Doesn't even need to use her own Spectre. And now Galaxy Racer, they are just adding insult to injury. Buy round for Oasis. They need to win this to have a hope of even staying in the match as a whole.
They need this, because if they lose this, first of all, free weapon upgrades. Second of
Oh,
all,
yeah.
11-4. No, come on, Oasis,
Exactly.
you got this. Play defense, but Galaxy wants to push it. They want to step on the gas. They want to make a quick rush happen. They're going in from B main. Anko knows this, tries to strafe, but they slip her regardless. Comes in for the re-peek up around stairs, but she gets shut down. What? Aya! How is she doing this? Stan tries what she can, but only able to take down 1. We're back into a 3v3, and Muffin going in. This is good. Takes down the spike carrier. All of a sudden, Galaxy Racer don't quite know what to do. They want to get the spike planted, but they can't. And Ivory's stuck over by B main. Actually,
Oh my
oh my god,
goodness.
it's a double. 1v1 right now, 30 HP. Where's Polly? Coming in from spawn. She hears it, but she isn't able to take Ivory down. What the heck was that? Ivory with the 1v3 clutch.
Yeah, that's a clutch right there. I mean, they knew where she was. That's the crazy thing. Cannon Z was aiming at the smoke, but Ivory pops out, gets 1, flicks to the head on the second, trades up the gun, gets the Vandal, kills Polly, and gets the plant. She did it all. She did everything in this round, and 11-4 for Galaxy Racer off the backs of that clutch from Ivory. It's looking like it's lights out for Oasis.
And they're kind of... They just want to get whatever they can. That's why we're seeing the Buckies, the Marshalls, but it's still just not enough, man. Baby Alaka tricked right now. 2 players dead.
They're just killing their counterparts.
How can they go in at this point? Galaxy Racer
so
get a
hard.
free red carpet, a free real estate over on the A side. But if you're Oasis, with these weapons that you currently have, it's not easy at all. And oh my god, Ivory just anticipating the flank. It's always Anko. And then they get taken out.
Polly with the Marshall, maybe she can find some picks here. Okay, that's one.
The musket will not prevail today.
The musket does not prevail today. That is true indeed. And that's going to be map point as well as series point on the side of Galaxy Racer right now. 4-12. Aya and Trix on this double duelist combination have been doing so much work. Aya especially, like you typically see Trix as the one to jump in to open the sights. Aya has been so instrumental just running in and finding these opening picks here.
Yeah, they're huge. Very confident, very aggressive right now, but Oasis, it just feels a little bit crushing. They're definitely running out of steam. I mean, Polly should have gotten that kill onto Ivory, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. And right now, match and series point, in fact. They need this. Come on, Susu Oasis Gaming Aqua. If they can actually stop this push from coming in, Anko getting an opening pick just might be good. If she holds the operator all the way from spawn as well, that might be enough. A lockdown might signal a push in from Galaxy Racer, but it gets destroyed. So
not
that
sure
could
what
be
by.
Stan doing her thing, or Muffin with paint shells, but regardless, it stifles them just enough to make them think twice about hitting B.
Definitely, and it looks like they're gonna rotate all the way back around to A. I don't believe that Galaxy Racer are quite aware of this just yet. There's only one person now on A. If they can get in the side, if they can take down Cannon Z, this might just be it for Galaxy Racer, but the time is ticking.
Oh, they're being careful about this.
Oh, baby
Cannon
Aluka
Z
might actually
has-
find this.
Cannon Z has her utility up there as well.
30 seconds.
They know
left.
the rotations are coming in, they have to go now.
Here they come. It's a little bit too late though, I don't think. Trix, will she be able to connect onto it? Doesn't have enough elevation to get onto Heaven. Just shoots it, connects onto Polly, and then the spike gets planted. 4v4 right now, and Akko only as an operator. Dude, it just turned into a 3v4. Baby Alika with the flank coming in from mid. Aya in the front. Cannon Z, can you do it? 1v3, she's looking for their heads. But with a bit of noise in from Heaven, they already know where she is. Aya, hiding, looking for it. She gets the first head. Recon vault, she knows they are in hell. Come on. As soon as she drops, though, that is going to be painful. Gets the first, but will not be able to click 180. And that is the beauty of a crossfire from hell. Hannah saving the day from Galaxy Racer and allowing her team to push into the grand finals.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Galaxy Racer once again taking down Oasis Gaming 2-1 this time around. Every time they play, it seems to get closer, and their reward is gonna be AE Celeste waiting for them in the grand finals. We're gonna have to see how they fare later on today when we come back for the grand finals. But for now, I do believe we have some stats that we want to look at. I'm quite curious about how that game went actually, because I'm pretty sure Aya was just popping off in that one.
She really, really was. I mean, so many opening picks. Second of all, I mean, even when the pushes start coming in, when she's pushing as well, she's able to be so effective with her dashes, just getting into these superior positions, dismantling the forces of Oasis Gaming. I mean, you have to give them credit
KDA.
still.
2.7 KDA.
2.7?
Trix is 2.6. This is just a spectacular performance coming out from the duelist on the side of Galaxy Racer.
Big numbers. But I just very unfortunate for Oasis. I mean, I had hopes for them. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to manifest whatever they've got. They do have the skills, right? I mean, Cannon Z,
definitely.
Even in that 1v3, she was able to take down 2 players, but when Galaxy Racer are feeling themselves, when it's a map as big as Ascent and they know where Oasis might come from, where they're positioned, they're able to read them perfectly well. I mean, I think probably Trix is probably giving calls like, okay, Anko is always hiding or lurking somewhere. Ivory, watch the back. The rest of us, we're gonna look at the front. And that's how they're actually able to take all of these moves. I mean, even look at the statistics right now in terms of damage, headshot, frag wins, objective wins. Every single thing went right for Galaxy Racer. I think this just means one thing, Omo. It's destiny. It's up to them to dethrone Alter Ego Celeste.
Their date with AE Celeste is just destiny. I can agree with that for sure. And I'm personally hyped to see how that finals matchup plays out. But for Galaxy Racer, I think the story is at the end of the day, they were just a more composed team on the third and final map. Maps 3 plays out very different from Maps 1. Like, it's a completely different ball game. It's just how you keep your cool and your composure in such a long series. And ultimately, I think the experience, as well as the team play, the coordination, this team has been playing together for longer than the members of Oasis Gaming, which we talked about. They just introduced 2 new members, and I do believe they have some language barriers going on as well. They are a dual language team. So there's a lot of things that needs to be overcome for Oasis Gaming. But for their first showing with this new roster, getting to third place, putting up a serious fight against Galaxy Racer, I think this is something to be proud of, and I think they're definitely a team you want to be looking out for heading into the FSL overtime.
Yeah, this is a team that you want to look out for because they've come a long way. At first, it was Kid My Orc, you got Magnifique. Yeah. They kind of joined forces, and right now, all under this Oasis Gaming Aqua banner, they have performed. They have made it all the way to third place, even beating down a team like Renatus White, a team that made it to third place on the overall circuit points leaderboard. So it's something that you have to give credit for. It's something that I would applaud for. These girls are good, but against Galaxy Racer, it's just Haven looked great, but what went wrong in Ascent? You gotta think about it. You gotta go back.
They just ran out of steam. Honestly, it's a shame because they played so well in the last 2 maps. It was just so close. But in map 3, it just seems like once Galaxy Racer started running, they just took off with the whole game, and unfortunately, Oasis Gaming just seemed to run out of energy.
Unfortunate. But, speaking of steam, speaking of energy, we need to go for a quick break because up next, Grand Finals, Alter Ego Celeste versus Galaxy Racer. I think the Galaxy Racer girls, they really need their break because whatever they've got, whether it's snacks, playing the piano, just meditating for a second, listen to some whale sounds. How about that? You need all that rest just to prepare yourself to go up against the undefeated champions, Alter Ego Celeste. So, guys, we're going for a quick break. Do not walk away. It's going to be the Grand Finals. It's going to be a doozy. You will want to watch this, and we're going to come back after this break.